call him.
I was all right. So
Definitely.
last time on Star Wars D&D, you guys had recently acquired your starship, the Vantablack, after winning a bet on the smuggler's moon of Nar Shaddaa. After finding the betting arena in the casino land known as Nemros Palace, you heard of a large fight with high stakes down in the so-called dungeon of this so-called palace. Upon arrival, you put a solid sum of money, 20,000 credits, on an unknown fighter against the reigning champion of the ring, known as Nemro's Monster, a mighty Wookiee warrior who you had seen earlier after dealing with Nemro personally. Winning this bet, after betting on who you later found out to be your old frenemy Baracus, as he viciously teared the arms out of the sockets of this mighty Wookiee warrior, taking the fight, you guys collecting your starship, the experimental Vantablack, which you guys had heard was this top-of-the-line, super great starship that is experimental and never seen before, one of a kind, and then you guys get there, and it's basically a tow truck. It's a bit of a fixer-upper, has no weapons. It does have these cool little arm thingies that can sort of grab stuff. But it's downward facing, has a giant cargo hold. The engines are kind of slow. The hyperdrive kind of sucks. It's if you guys are gonna go around and kill things, it will need a bit of work. However, a ship is a ship nonetheless. So, collected your winnings, an amount of, I think, 40,000 credits after you bet 20. And this is after, even then, receiving a large sum of money from the Chancellor himself. So, you guys are swimming in the dough right about now. Some of which was used by Dabar to purchase a trio of pit droids, and I think something else, but I forget what exactly it was.
No, I think it's just the pit droids.
The other droid was Grant, who came with the ship. A snarky astromech / protocol droid. Some of the clones don't exactly get along with. Anyway, as you guys set metaphorical sail through space, you guys got into a bit of a kerfuffle. One of the clones claiming that they could use a lightsaber to best the other in combat, which the fight eventually deteriorated into fisticuffs, at which point Thraknul decided he should probably intervene before somebody's seriously injured. However, somebody was seriously injured, as CT-7652, now known as Rook, throws a devastating laser-powered punch towards his brother Crow, which unfortunately missed, hit Thraknul right in the side of the head, knocking him out cold in an instant. Crow spent the rest of the journey tending Thraknul's wounds, as Rook tended to his own spiritual wounds in his room. Upon landing, you were like, you know what? We just need to chillax for a bit. So when you guys were coming in, you spoke with a technician at the spaceport named Kevin, who Rook decided, you know what? I'm going to change this man's life. I need to atone for my recent sin. This guy's obviously not having a good time. We're going to go save him. He's going to join us, fight for the Republic, give him something to do, something to fight for. So you guys met up with Kevin, who seemed to be a bit of a timid fellow who was not super keen on joining your crack squad of military, assassin, espionage, saboteur, whatever you guys are. Basically, the government's bitches. He wasn't super into that. So, we pick up with the rest of you standing outside the two clones standing outside the Coruscant spaceport, with the rest of you making your way back towards the spaceport, droids in tow. Right over to you guys.
Where were we? Were we just meeting back up with them?
Are we still walking back to the ship, or?
I honestly forgot what the hell we were doing.
I did too, so I rewatched the last 15-ish minutes of the episode. Yeah, you guys you were standing outside the spaceport making your way back towards the ship.
Okay.
The ship is in the public spaceport now. It does need to be brought to the Republic military motor pool, for which you got clearance from Commander Fox, or you guys will be fined an amount of credits.
Well,
Oh,
then
yeah.
we'll go back to the ship.
Let's go back to the ship.
Back to the ship. Back to the ship.
Well, weren't we going to buy another astromech droid? Because Grant, cough, cough.
No, we changed our mind on that, remember?
No,
Well, it happened, like,
I got an angry
What
phone
did you-
call from my girlfriend.
well, it happened 30-something minutes ago when we decided to just get 3 pit droids.
And we're gonna veto guns, so no weapons on the ship.
Rook, should we go look at guns?
We should try to see if we can find some guns.
Yeah, let's go look at guns.
What are we supposed to do on that ship besides shoot stuff? It's kind of what we're made for.
Mhm.
Play with the arms.
Yeah, the arms I was on, and actually I'm gonna like immediately turn off course and start trying to find some gun places. I'm gonna say when I was in those arm bubbles, it reminded me of what the LAATs look like.
Yeah, get some turrets or.
We can get some turrets on there. It would be a lot more efficient.
My thoughts exactly.
Thrack Mule, as a note, you're not with the clones.
I'm not-
You
I'm
are,
not with the clones?
You're with the
Fuck
other
up.
group.
I was with Lou. What?
You know, it's Moon
Shut up,
and
dumb bitch.
Yeah, sorry.
Davo, who is not here.
Yeah, you
All
were
right.
with Dabar and Lou, who were buying droids, which you were strangely silent during. I don't know what that was about. And then me and Crow went to go look at or to go see if we can convince Kevin. But then we were gonna go get guns too. We were gonna go look at guns.
Guns. We're doing guns now.
All right.
Guns
Yes.
for the ship.
Nathaniel is.
I'm assuming he's calling Avery. I too have gotten no response.
Is he just dead or something?
God, let's hope so. Only excuse for missing D&D.
Crow pulls out his
my
blaster
thing
and shoots
is,
Dabar.
him being the pilot and chief engineer of the ship, I would want him to be here when you guys start making modifications. However,
If he's
tough
not,
shit for him, I guess.
don't know what to do about that.
Right.
So,
where do you guys go if you want to buy blasters for?
well,
I forget if when we talked to the people if they mentioned a place to buy ship guns and ship modifications.
You would know that there are like ship modification places you can go to, basically like car shops, but for ships, and you can get guns because Star Wars.
then that is what we will do. I will make whatever checks necessary to like stumble around Coruscant until we find a shop. They
Gather
stumbled
information.
upon a droid shop last time.
And I'll
Figured-
help him out in any way I can.
All right. You also make a gather information.
Gather information. What?
I rolled a 17 plus
I don't have my fucking character sheet.
Charisma.
gather
Garrick, are you for
information.
real?
I know.
I just rolled 17, just plain old 17. I'm not a charismatic boy.
I got a 6.
All right. You got a 6.
Yeah.
All right. You get a circumstance bonus because Crow was helping you with +2, so that's an 8. As you ask around, you're just sort of like wandering around these 2 clones, and you ask civilians like, "Hey, do you know where I can get like ship mods?" And eventually, one an Ithorian man, he over that way you can, and he points you down the street to one of the turbo lifts. Go down about 4 levels, I believe it is, and just up the walkway, there's a ship modification station. And that's what you're looking for. They got hyperdrives, they got ion, they got sublights. Anything you need, they have it there. That should do it.
Thank you, kind sir. And I
Oh.
walk off.
We will go to the turbo lift, and I'm going to look over at Crow and say, I don't think he mentioned anything about weapons. I hope that's not out of place to ask for.
I mean, we're clones.
Fair. Republic officials. I mean, we met the Chancellor. Then I'm going to go over to the turbo lift.
Sergeants.
You guys go down 4 levels as instructed. As you leave, as you leave the turbo lift, it opens up into this. It's a sub level, of course, but it's not like it's fairly high up. It's not one of the dingy ones. It's basically like you walk through and there's like vendors on each side. This appears to be like a shopping district, sort of, but like industrial shopping district. You can buy droids, you can buy starships, starship mods, stuff like that. Coincidentally, as you do so, you run into the rest of the group, leaving a droid shop. Dabar with 3 pit droids following him.
Hey guys.
What are the?
You said astromech.
I thought we were getting an astromech droid.
Dabber, you idiot. I'm saying nothing if
Apparently
you're gay.
not.
I mean,
Yeah, Dara thought it was
No,
too
why we
expensive.
need... I mean, I have money. We can still buy an astromech droid.
are they? Were
How
they?
much did they cost?
Yeah, were they overpriced or what? I mean,
Help me out, Lou.
How much was the asteroid droid again?
I think it was like 30,000 is what
It
you
was a
said.
I don't remember because I don't have it in my notes right here, but the guy who was selling them to you was selling well above like factory retail. He was jacking up prices. Probably you could assume due to the fact that you're in wartime.
It was about
it's hard to
30,000 or
name.
something for an astromech.
God damn.
Ricey.
Fuck.
I mean, don't get me wrong. These little ones are pretty cute, but maybe another.
They weren't very expensive. They were pretty inexpensive.
So apparently Avery has been sleeping, and that's why he's gone.
Jesus.
Dumbass.
Yeah, slap some sense of
I like how
someone.
he wakes up. It appears I have fallen asleep.
I think
It's
they were like,
Bad video game NPC writing. It appears I have fallen asleep.
Well,
Come in, weary traveler.
if you would like to investigate some more on the pricing of astromech, maybe try to talk him down a little bit if it's too pricey. Of course, we could always chip in, but right now, me and Crow are attempting to go get some firepower to hold our own, since
I
we're
think
defenseless.
no matter how bad Grant is, he's not worth 30,000 to replace right now.
Yes, he is. To me, at least. I will pay all 12,000 of my credits to replace him.
Oh, I
pull the
thought
Jedi
30,000.
card. That'll work.
Yeah, say you're a Jedi. Flash the saber. Aren't you guys important?
I'm not a Jedi.
We
Swing it
are.
in his face. You want the red one? You can try that.
No, that's not a good idea.
I'm gonna look around at the marketplace, and I'm like, somebody's gonna try to pawn that off of you, Crow. Don't go waving it around.
Mm-hmm. Shield systems. Do we know what we have for that?
Probably nothing.
Do we have deflector shields? Do we know?
Once Dabar gets here, he'll be able to answer that question.
Fucking.
Thanks, Dabar.
God. Dabber! What the shit?
Okay. Can we assume that he told us in this conversation right here before we walked off?
I mean, I don't recall the capabilities of the ship coming up in question around you guys specifically.
Okay.
I'm a straight nut in Dabar.
I think we're well within the bounds to give him even more shit than usual. So that has my vote. We need to make fun of him relentlessly.
What is it? You're nocturnal?
Okay, I walk off towards the weapon shop.
Yeah, we'll just go get weapons. You guys handle the other stuff. We know weapons the best, probably. So that's
What
my area of
other
expertise.
stuff are they handling?
I don't
Possibly
know.
shields. And also
Yeah.
maybe an astromech, depending on how pricey it is.
The modification shop that you were pointed to, that's the only one that you guys currently know the location of.
Then
Barter for the astromech, or we can do that right now together and then go get weapons.
I'm not good at bartering.
We not terribly. I'm a bit off-putting. I kind of like rub where my tusks used to be.
That'll be good for intimidation.
But we don't want to do that to the shopkeeper. Let's make that clear.
But it
You
wouldn't
guys are
hurt.
still currently standing outside this shop where they purchased droids, which is just up the street from the ship mod shop that you were led to. And at this point, you see a Jawa man, Kathu, and Thrakniel, you recognize the man from inside the store. He comes out. Oh, what are you doing? No loitering. Get out of here, please. If you're not purchasing, please leave my store.
I leave the store.
Oh, like you're standing out in front of it.
I walk, so I'm not sitting in front of it.
Yeah.
Hello,
Go, all of you.
sir. And I
Clones and Jedi are scaring off my customers.
I'm going to lean on one knee, and like give him like the little Sam. I say, "Hey there. We were just wondering if I wasn't around when these people were talking to you. How much is an astromech droid going to cost?"
Right now, I'm charging about 30,000 a pop.
Good to know. All right, I will leave now, as you wish.
Go. Hey, you. And he points over to some other guy. You look like you need a droid. Come on over. He walks over to that guy, presumably to start doing his thing.
Here's another thought that I have just had. Besides maybe replacing the arms with weapons of some sort, having a gun up top, like a dome, since, we can't see up, we can only see down, would be very useful in case somebody's trying to sneak attack us.
Any
Then
sort
we
of
can't see down and only up.
any sort of weaponry right now will do us good. We're kind of a useless hunk of junk floating around, no defenses.
It's dangerous times we live in. Let's check out what they've got for weapons, and then we can double back to the droid shop.
All right.
Yeah.
We go to the weapon shop
Now,
or the ship mod shop.
Let's go.
You go in?
Yep.
And it's a relatively small room. There's just a little counter with a colicoid. Do you know what colicoids are?
Nope.
They're like hunched over bug things, kind of shaped like droidicas, but they're insect creatures. And this man is like, he's got cybernetics out the wazoo. His hunched over form and his two antennae. His antennae are lined with metal, and he's got a cybernetic eye on his right eye. It's sort of grafted into a metal faceplate that covers half of his face. His left hand and those dudes. His left hand and entire right arm are both cybernetic, as well as all of his legs have been replaced with like a cybernetic centipede sort of shape. Yes. Come on in, please.
I'm gonna give a look. All right. Well, we're looking for some weapons. Could you point us in the right direction?
Weapons, I don't sell firearms here. This is we work on ships. I can help your starships.
Yes. Weapons for our starship.
You're a clone, aren't you? With the Republic.
Yes.
This is for a government or military operation of some sort.
Technically, yes.
He gets sort of like shifty and uncomfortable, and I'm afraid I don't have weapons here. That would be illegal. Yes, of course, I do know such things. I would never go outside of the parameters of the law, and you can smell the shit on this guy. He's not at all being honest with that.
Crow,
as he sort of like gets uncomfortable and he shifts around a bit.
you handle these people better than I do.
Look, we're willing to pay for the weapons. And it's quite obvious you're lying.
Why do you assume such things? Especially to such fine government individuals, I would never lie about my hypothetical illegal proceedings.
Come on, I can smell it on you.
Is he really eating something?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go browse.
There's nothing to really browse at. It's just this desk. It appears that you would like requisition things from him.
Never mind, there's nothing to browse.
All right then.
I
It's
imagine
sort
I have like a
of,
giant coin purse full
Nope.
of all of my
You've
credits.
got a
Or is it
credit
just
chip.
does it
It's a
say the
credit
amount
chip. It's
on
like a
it? Or
credit
is it like a
card.
debit
Yes, it does.
card? Okay.
It
like-
says the amount on it.
Gonna show him the card, willing to pay. I'm not gonna let him read the number though.
This isn't some sort of sting operation, is it? You're not here to
No.
get me arrested again, are you?
No, we can't.
Again.
We can't.
Honestly, couldn't care less. Just we need weapons.
We couldn't procure the weapons legally, so now we have to procure them illegally.
Well, then you've come to the right place. Come. And he lifts the little bar thingy over the door, or over the desk, and leads you guys into the back.
No, this is some. Never mind.
564, out here. Man the desk for me while I'm in the back. And you guys see this droid walk out from the corner, from around the corner. Who looks almost like Terminator-like, with the skull visage on the face. However, he seems to be where this colicoid has replaced his organic bits with technological ones. It appears he's grafted human and alien organic bits onto this droid, as it has what appears to be a human hand, and one of his eyeballs is human. And you can see in the gaps in his
Gross.
chassis, he has like functioning lungs. And he says in a far too human voice, "Yes, Dr. Nastidius." And he walks over to the desk.
That is fucked up.
That's terrifying.
I assure you, it's perfectly legal. And this guy, for a criminal, is a really bad liar.
I can't go back to jail.
Anyway, come, into the back.
I'm gonna act like I didn't see that.
To the back.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Okay, stop
Anyway,
that thing.
come.
Look
your
to
hand.
the rest of my group like,
We got ourselves into it, man. We just got to get our guns and get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's like not
For
like
a
it could be
dollar
a
into a
military
dime.
place that allows us to buy guns since we're military people.
All right, let's go.
You guys have sort of, if you recall, you've sort of barked up that tree already. Captain Fordo basically told you guys, we, like, with the war going on, we don't have guns to, like, dish out
Spare.
to, like, they don't have the weapons to spare. And
bitches.
he told you guys he would have to acquire them on your own. He leads you into the back room, which is a fairly empty gray room, but there's shelves everywhere full of like file boxes. And there is a single table with 6 chairs lining it. And he, come in. Please, take a seat.
I'll lean near the door. Let's take a
Stand behind a chair.
Come on, make yourselves comfortable. I hate to conduct business in an overly formal fashion.
I sit on one of the chairs.
Crackmeal's just gonna sort of like stand.
He's too big for the chairs anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Are any of these chairs really my size?
You should
Can I
try
get
and
any of
sit
you
in
a cup
one.
of caf or anything? I hope you don't mind if I get myself a drink.
Help yourself.
let's just
Wonderful,
get to business if we
wonderful.
can.
He goes over to like a little spigot thingy that's attached to a metal contraption. It's the Star Wars equivalent of an espresso. He So what are we talking here? You guys want to get hooked up? You want to be equipped?
If we could see a few different options we have, maybe we could tell you about our ship, how we could equip such weapons.
Yes. That would be necessary. I will need the designation of your ship, what it's outfitted with already, what it is you're looking for, and most importantly, what you're willing to pay.
Designation of the ship. We talked about this once already.
Does Dabar have it?
I do not know.
Does Dabar not have it? Oh shit, Dabar's not here. What? He said he was coming.
Then he said his sister is being a bitch.
Yeah, what's the difference?
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why does he need her computer?
I don't know.
We just let him be. He's a
Just
weird one.
don't ask.
Wasn't it the TSR Blade Wing Transport?
Yes, that was it.
I believe the classification was TSR Blade Wing Transport.
TSR. Those were decommissioned. Not many were made. Those are freighters. You want to put weapons on your freighter?
Yep.
It's a time of war.
Could we possibly just get to the sale process? The less you know, the better. The less we know of you, the better. Right?
I mean, that second part is accurate, I guess, but I need to know as much as possible about your guys' ship if I'm to modify it well. I mean, I hope you understand this is a complicated process. I can't just slap some guns on it and hope it'll work. Not to mention the fact that you guys will need proper shielding, decent hyperdrive. I'm sure your sublights aren't great. The reason TSR was discontinued is because it wasn't very useful.
I believe we have a... Oh, shit, what did you say that we had? Shielding? A hyperdrive. We have a hyperdrive. It does just fine.
We know of.
Fine enough. What we're looking for is just weaponry.
On the matter of the hyperdrive, you guys recall your journey back from Nar Shaddaa took literally twice as long as it did to get there in the first place.
Well, look, I'm not the ship expert here, okay? I know
really
about
nice
guns.
if Dabar was here.
That's all I know.
Yeah. If only Dabar was here.
Look, I know about weapons, and that's what I'm looking for.
All right. Weapons. What sort of weapons?
Any sort of turret or any sort of gun you could equip onto the ship. It has these two arm. You're familiar with the decommissioned TSR, so I'm sure you know what I mean.
Yes. It has the maintenance arm attachments. It was used to construct and deconstruct large capital class ships in the shipyard.
Well, that's good to know. Did not know that, but we want to replace those with guns.
With weapons.
Big weapons.
It could be doable. It would take time and be expensive.
How
How
expensive?
expensive?
Well, it depends on what sort of weapons you want, what else you'll want incorporated into the ship systems, whether or not you're willing to install them yourselves.
I have 12,000 credits on me. I just need to know if that is way too little.
That would get you one weapon without installation.
Okay.
And it wouldn't be the greatest. I could one moment, and he wanders over to, or he scuttles over to one of the file boxes. They're like Derek's comic book long boxes, but full of like informational papers, and he starts rifling through them, and he rotating turret blaster cannons. Is that sort of the replacing the arms? The system is already in there, so you wouldn't need the gyros. The blaster itself really is all you'll need, and of course the attachment mechanisms. Is this like a modular design or a more permanent one?
Permanent.
It's not the best, so we're trying to, fix it up into what it could be.
I'd say I could get you one turret, all of the equipment needed to install it. You do the installation process yourself, and that'll be around 15K.
Okay, what about, how much would 25K get us?
Could we perhaps get the 2 turrets, one for either side, install it all ourselves with the proper equipment for 25K? Giving us that little 5K deal since we're buying both, and, a sort of, the 2-for-1 sort of a deal.
If you were to spend more on something else, I'd consider lowering.
You mentioned something about shields.
Yes. As soon as Avery sits down, we can have the shield conversation.
Awesome.
Dabar being the only one who ran diagnostics on the ship. Dabar and Grant. Avery, what the actual hell? First of all, you suck a lot. Second of all, you are the only one who is currently aware of the ship's diagnostics and schematics, being the only one who was at the control board when you read it. So, yeah. Overall plot synopsis, you all met back up. You are in, like, some skeevy dude who runs a ship mod business. You're in his back room doing some slightly illegal deals here because you need black market weapons hook up onto your ship because even though you guys have you guys are buying from civilians, you're not going through the government, so you need to go black market. Anyway, the long short of it is, you remember your ship literally does not have shields. It has light particle shielding, so if something falls on it, it won't break the ship. But that's literally it as far as combatively. Your shields are kaput, so you would need to buy shields. Totally.
Am I supposed to be the one communicating here?
Yes.
Yep.
I brought up shields. Take it from there.
So what is your vessel equipped with?
Only light particle shields and no weaponry attached.
No ray shielding, no heavy particles.
No.
Need a pretty hefty shield generator. That would be another 20,000 creds.
I would like to have a group meeting.
However, if you do that, I'll give you both weapons for 10 each. Brings your total up to 40K.
40K. I'm going to huddle around. How much money do we have? I have 12,000 credits.
I have 12,000.
24.
13,500.
35.
17.5.
8,940. That's enough. That's more than enough.
That's more than enough. We can actually get this ship outfitted into an actual ship. The only thing is, not Thracknell, Davar, you worked on a shipyard, disassembling and reassembling ships, weapons, stuff like that, right?
Yes.
They will give us all of the tools, but we will have to install it ourselves. Is that a problem?
I should be able to install these. Plus, our pit droids should at least provide.
Of course, I
help.
forgot about the pit droids. Thank God.
Kind of why we bought them.
What?
Help down with repairs and adding on the modifications we were going to get.
Modifications to the pit droids?
Well, to the ship.
Oh, okay. Don't yell at me. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm not yelling.
I'm confused what you're saying. Anyways, we have enough money is what I'm saying, so we could give them enough. How much is it going to be? What, 40,000 total?
I hate to throw another thing at you guys, but our hyperspace unit,
Hyperdrive.
hyperdrive,
Bit garbage?
we could use an upgrade on that. It's doable.
That's probably not going to
But-
be cheap.
It's less than standard. So
Right. Do you think we could?
find an upgrade that we can afford. We should probably
Do you,
try.
do you think we could buy individual hyperdrive pieces and then modify the hyperdrive itself, rather than, or are we gonna have to buy like an entirely new hyperdrive?
Hey DM or the Senate.
Yeah, go ahead. Make a repair check. This is like your knowledge of from working on shipyards.
Repair is +10, so that's a 24.
You specifically, having worked in shipyards before, have assembled hyperdrives, and you would know that you would need more equipment. A real space booster. You would probably need to up your hyperfuel intake, stuff like that. But with proper equipment, you think you could get yours from a class 2 to a class 1, 1.5, maybe 1. Which would be fairly significant. You could get your hyperdrive to be better if you bought supplies, and that would be much cheaper than purchasing an entire new hyperdrive. However, if you that also runs the risk of, if something troublesome happens while you're working on the hyperdrive, your hyperdrive is now shot, and you'd have to start from scratch.
With the right components, I could upgrade it to standard modifications, but it's risky.
Okay. What do you think would be cheaper?
Buying the parts separately and upgrading it, but maybe asking for help or using our droids to assist might be some of the best options, because if I do fail in modifying our hyperdrive, it will render useless.
Okay. So when we turn back around to talk to this guy, why don't you ask about buying, also, since we have a little bit of extra cash, buying like pieces of hyperdrive, the pieces of the hyperdrive you'd need to make it standard.
Okay. Then I assume we'll turn around to this guy.
You turn around, revealing once again the colicoid cyborg individual, with his off-putting half-robotic face and his various robotic limbs. So, conclusion time.
So, the heavy particle shield and the 2 weapons, correct? 40,000.
40,000.
And if we needed parts to modify our hyperdrive, how much would that be?
You'd be modifying a class 2. It
Correct.
really depends. I assume you'd want to get it up to at least class 1. I could provide you with upgrade materials for, and this is still involving a fair amount of work on your part, but I could probably get you what you need for an additional 10.
An
And
additional 10?
Star
A
Wars.
new hyperdrive would cost.
30 to 40,000.
That's what I thought.
That's
So,
a big difference.
I hope it's worth it. Davar, if you think you can do it, especially with the help of your new friends.
yes, hopefully.
All right. Everybody, get your credit chips out.
My favorite words to hear.
Is this guy, like, giving us, like, decent parts? Like, how this guy is acting, it doesn't seem like, I'm not 100% trusting him. So is he, like, at least giving us good stuff?
What are you asking?
Is he
Basically,
scamming us?
Like, is he scamming us? Like, basically, I'm asking if I can do an insight
Make a
check.
sense
but I don't know
motive check.
That's the
Okay.
one.
Okay, what's my sense? 2. That's going to be a 15.
This guy, you can tell he's shady as hell, but he has also outright admitted what he's doing is illegal, and you would know from your experience where you've worked. Supplying weapons to civilians is illegal, or through civilians. This sort of weaponry is not something you can legally just buy.
Mhm.
So that could be why he's acting shifty. It could be because he's screwing you guys over. You're not really sure, but nothing about him screams, "I'm lying to you," or anything like that.
Okay. So as I collect my credit amount to give to him, I'll just be like a little uneasy.
So what's
Everything
this
okay here, friend?
Yes, just you know, the black market's not always the most trusted place.
Right you are. Listen, I see you're all very intrepid individuals. So if you ever need anything off books, so per se, go ahead and let me know. You know where to find me? Dr. Nistidius. I at a weapons, upgrade starships. I upgrade organics to be newer, better. For all your starship weapons or cybernetic needs, come to good old Dr. Nistidius. I'm a good friend to you all now. Understood?
Okay then.
Thank
Wonderful. As soon as your credit chip's clear, I will give you the vouchers for your things, and you will tell me where to send the parts.
So what's that total?
40.
50.
50?
50,000.
Can
And
we
how
all
are we
give
splitting this up?
10?
10 each.
I don't have 10,000.
Okay.
Somebody to cover you 2,000, is that right?
Yeah, I'm coughing up my 13,000.
As a note for you guys, if you just want to bear this in mind, Dabar will probably be at least leading, if not doing, most of the work on installing the upgrades.
Yeah, I
so
figured
if he doesn't pay the full 10.
He could pay like 5, and then we could cover the rest.
Yeah, I'll pay 10,000.
I got
I was
10.
going to pay. If you all do 10, I'll do 7,000, and then if Gerald does the 13, like you said.
Yeah.
I got you.
You cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. 13. Well, technically speaking, I have
10.
13,565.
Well, then you
But-
still have 500 to get you out of a couple jams.
Mm-hmm.
65.
Wonderful. And he collects all your credit chips and he brings them up to the back, and he's up there up to the front. He's up there for a few minutes and he returns and he hands all your credit chips back. Right, now you could just excuse me, and he goes over to one of the file thingies and this one and this one and this one. This'll do nicely. Here you go. Take these vouchers up front, and my man will get you finished up.
Oh, thank you.
I grab him and walk up front.
Shoo! Leave! This interaction never happened.
What interaction?
You got it, dog. And I'm
And silence
head out because his
interactions.
laughing makes me uncomfortable.
Not really supposed to say interactions like this one, right? That's the properly ended.
All right, you guys go up front, and once again you're met with the somewhat horrifying image of this droid that has been cobbled together using both robotic and organic bits. And the droid arm raises a human hand out for your vouchers.
I hand him over.
Wonderful. This will do right. Where should I send these things?
I look to the group.
Was loading bay 73
Or
or
47.
47?
Mm-hmm.
Can you have them there within the hour?
No, it'll actually take 2 to 3 business days.
We can.
That's
Well,
fine.
How much?
Eric, you muted.
How much was it for a day? 200 credits, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I can give us 2 days in Docking Bay.
I got.
No,
I
that's
got
fine.
I still have $7,000 here. I'll cough up the extra days out of my
Public
credits.
transport, Docking Bay 47. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Your items should arrive in unmarked crates relatively soon.
If they don't, we'll be back.
Oh yes, I'm sure you will. Dr. Mestidius would be overjoyed to see you once again. Thank you for your business. And I notice you two are soldiers, so maybe keep this on the down low side of things.
We know the drill by now.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Anyway, have a good day. Come back to the doctor's office whenever you need.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Dr. Soft.
You walk out of the doctor's office, which I failed to mention on your way in, is written above this little shop.
Always like his pants about doing homework. Which doesn't make any sense with you.
I know I graduated last Friday, Mom. I
between-
got my homework done. She's like, lies and deceit.
Lies.
You still had your homework for Jesus.
Actually, I did homework today.
What homework?
The hell?
What?
I
Homework?
turned in one assignment because they said I could
Assignment
Yeah,
for
but,
what?
for comp. It's so I don't have to do it in college because I'm at the threshold where I pass it in high school, but not necessarily for college. So I turned in something.
College
guys
is
off to?
stupid. Back to the ship. Or is there anything else anybody else wants to do?
Not necessarily.
I believe you guys talked briefly about purchasing weapons for yourselves, but I don't think that ever happened.
Is there interesting history bookstore type places?
No,
Let's
not
get some
that you
books.
can see here.
We're just like looking around. It's like old ship parts and like weapons, and then all of a sudden, oh,
Where's
fucking
the
Barnes and Noble,
library?
boys, let's go.
Barnes and Noble.
I
Barnes
bought
and
my
Noble.
weapon back when I had 12,000 credits, but now I'm not so confident. So I'm just gonna wait it out for now.
I have 7,000 because I was quiet when you all were breaking it up.
I have 2,000, and yet still I don't need to buy anything.
I have 565. Yes. So maybe, well, pit droids. Are there any other kind of droids we could look at?
We did last time when you weren't here. It went
It
just about
was
as well
expensive.
as you assumed. It was very
Well,
expensive.
We're on Coruscant. I doubt there's only one shop, but
Or
if you don't want to look, we don't.
Let's go to Marindata, see if they have to repurpose any of the bomb droids.
You want to like?
We'll extract the bomb for free if you give us a droid.
I mean,
Well,
I
does
could maybe reprogram them to follow us.
what is
I don't know.
what all does Marindata manufacture besides those droids that contain the bomb? Do they manufacture anything else?
Lots of different kinds of droids. They're a droid manufacturing
Like-
company.
Astromechs?
Do you think we could? How does Thrakmiel know how doable it would be to just go straight to like the manufacturer and buy here rather than
If you had some sort of connection, if you knew somebody who worked at a factory, if you knew somebody who was in charge of one of those companies, it's entirely possible. With general knowledge of just like it would take some doing, but you probably could. As a note, Garrett, whose name is listed as CT7652, you have a name now.
True. I'm a man.
You're not a baby boy. Well,
Also, why
I'm your
Tom-
dad.
Woogie, woogie, woogie. Anyways, I say if we don't know of a place to find a droid, I can always ask around. I'm good at shoving my nose in other people's business, especially when there's credits to speak of.
Yes, let's do that. Especially if an astromech droid is something we really, really, really want.
More
Okay.
droids couldn't hurt, even if we do end up keeping Grant.
Eventually, I want to go to Barnes & Noble.
Okay, we'll make sure to remember that.
I am actually with Crow on this.
yes, let's find space bombs and Noble.
As God, I am currently deciding whatever bookstore you guys find, even though it's in Star Wars, will be called Barnes & Noble.
Fuck
Awesome.
yes.
We did it, boys.
They've expanded the franchise into other galaxies.
I would like to. I would like to find. I would like to, as they are going to Barnes and Noble, or trying to find one. I would like to ask around this specific seedy. Not seedy. It's actually fairly nice. I would like to specifically first Dr. Nastidius, see if he knows any places.
You're going to go back into the doctor's office?
Yes, and see if he knows of any places to.
Do you want my credits
find
before you
cheaper
go?
droids.
Because you
If
don't
you want to
have
give me any credits, I'll fuck them up. But also, I
But-
would like to do the. I would like to spend an evening here in the lower levels of Coruscant, and do the
You gather information?
throw down some credits to make the check easier.
I will look at...
General, specific, restricted, and protected are the 4 types of information.
Okay.
And I just don't know how much I'm gonna throw.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll handle you in Dr. Nastidius, then we'll cut to them, then we'll get to your evening of work. Sound good? If you don't find what you want with the doctor.
Cool.
I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick.
All right, cool. You you go back in, and you see the fleshy droid sitting behind the desk. Oh, welcome back. Is something wrong?
No, as you said, I've made a friend of Dr. Nastidius. I need some questions answered.
Is this
No, it's not. I
Off
need yes, off book. I thought you were going to ask if it was a Republic operation. Sorry, I'm used to having to say, no, I'm not here to arrest you. It's happened a lot.
That's okay. Into the back.
I'm gonna walk back there, and try to catch him, whatever weird stuff he's doing.
He's sitting at the table, and he appears to be like going through ledgers and just making sure everything is in place. And he, back already.
Soon, yes. I'm looking for an astromech droid. None in particular. One for sale, not retail value. Are we on the same page?
You're looking for something a bit cheaper than one would ordinarily find.
Yes.
Yes, just a moment.
There was a Jawa on the corner trying to screw me out of my credits, and frankly, I would like to rather do it from the source.
You were at Wheelo's.
Yes.
He's notorious for jacking up prices. He's not a friendly fellow.
If you
Me,
don't,
on the other hand, sorry.
If you don't know of any places, I would also like to see if Marin Data, anything you know about that?
You must not have been around here on Coruscant long. They're not doing so hot financially speaking.
So
their factories have, for the most part, packed up and left after a terrorist plot was unfolded at their facilities.
Yeah, that was me. Anyways, so do you think they give a nice?
That was your terrorists?
Everything must go. No, not the terror. Dr. Nastidius, let's keep this relatively quick so none of us get into more trouble than we need. That wasn't a threat. That sounded kind of threatening. I did not mean for it to sound threatening. Look, I'm looking for droids at a cheaper price. If Marin Data is willing to have a everything must go sale, then I would be very interested. You know anybody over there?
I could look into this. I tell you what, I have what I can offer you now, some used, cobbled together droids that are much, much cheaper than you'll find anywhere else. Or I could look into the whole Marin Data situation and get back to you at a later time.
Well, when were the parts being shipped to our space?
2 to 3 business days.
Did we pay for the 2 to 3 business days, or did we pay for the 1 business day?
What do you mean?
Didn't we pay to get it, like, delivered faster, or did I?
Not shipping and handling. We're paying for our ship to stay docked.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose we have time then to sit around. Let me see what droids you have now, and if they're not what I'm looking for, then get back to me.
He goes over. He goes over to one of those file boxes and there we go. This. He slides it across the table. That's standard R2 series. It's traditional astromech. Does about basically what you would want with an astromech.
Did you say he
right off
slid it across the table?
Yeah, he like slid it across. He slid this file. It's like schematics. It's mostly mumbo jumbo to you. You recognize like blueprints of, hey, that looks like an astromech.
That's what I was looking at. I'm like, what does the picture look like?
But like the data numbers and like it has this type of central processor and it's equipped with these things. You're like, that's just words. That's your traditional astromech droid right off the line. It costs about $4,500. I can get one to you for probably $2,000-3,000. So much cheaper than you'll find
much cheaper.
Any other retail places.
I'm going to be honest with you, Nastidius, and I hope you're honest with me back. I have 2,000 credits after what we just spent on that ship. So if I can pay that down now and have a guaranteed R2, I'd be willing to, without a second's notice.
If you pay that right now, you'll walk out of this building with an R2. Sound all right?
That sounds perfect. Sometimes I question you, Nastidius.
Oh, I question myself as well. I spend my free time swapping my body parts for droids and finding other people parts and throwing them onto my actual droid. I'm probably not all there.
Which begs the question, is this R2 unit going to have lungs or?
No. That's guy out there is strictly experimental.
I hope it stays just as experimental. Anyways, 2,000 credits. That's what you want,
Sounds
right?
good. Just a moment. You'll come with me, please. And he walks over to the back of the room. This room does not have any doors. However, he slides back a panel of wall, which reveals a small keypad. You type some numbers in, and the wall itself opens up into this really dark, poorly lit, dingy, droid scrap room. And yes, come in, please. Follow. And he scuttles in.
Yeah, I come in.
You see hanging down, you recognize a few Droidica destroyer droids deactivated over in the corner.
Oh shit.
Will look like parts from B1s, but no entire B1s.
How much?
Dead protocol droid parts everywhere. And you think hanging from the ceiling, you're not sure, you're not a droid guy, but you're pretty sure you recognize that from your time training as an IG assassin droid.
Oh, Jesus.
Those are definitely against the law.
Dr. Nastidius.
Yes.
Is that a super battle droid? No. Droidica. Are those the same thing? I get confused sometimes.
No. Super battle droids are the B2s. Droidicas are the roly-poly droids.
Yes.
Who look remarkably like Gullicoids now that you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Is that functioning?
Do you want it to be? And his eye flashes red, and then it's due too.
I might be back here after the R2 unit. I have a friend of mine who would take a great interest in one of these. I cannot believe, as a clone, I'm advocating for such nonsense, but if it gets the job done, I suppose.
You're not like most clones, are you?
No, we're not quite like any other Republic designation.
I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Clones have been a pain in my backside ever since this damn war started.
Well, I mean, they're just what they're made to be, and
I don't blame them. I understand. As you can see from my friend out front, I dabble in the organic programming that I believe is involved in cloning. It's a bit of a different. Anyway. You want your Astro Droid?
Yes. How much does the Droidica cost, though?
The Droidica? Oh, that'll be a little more than just your little Astro here.
I figured. But since we're
let the DM check his notes.
Since we're giving you quite the day for the doctor's office, frankly, I think perhaps if you could throw in a couple of % off or maybe a discount in some way.
Well, to be totally honest, ordinarily I give these suckers on the black market for $35. To you, 28's the lowest I'd go.
As I mentioned before, I do not have that on me because I have 2,000 in my pocket. But I will share that information with my group.
Wonderful. Anyway, this one's yours. And he points over to a pitch black. It looks like exactly like R2-D2, except he's pitch black and his photo receiver is glowing red.
All right.
That's R2G6. He's a good boy.
6. I kind of lean down and look him in the face plate.
Oh, he's turned off right now. Do you want me to? And his eye flashes, and again you see the photo receiver on the R2 flash, and it.
Oh, hello, little one.
You more dunja.
Is it? What is it? What?
Oh, I got these smuggled off of Hutta. They speak Huttese, not binary. I hope that's chill.
That is absolutely fine for 2,000 credits. All right. Hello, R2G6. Do you have a
Too
name
much indeed.
preference of what to call you?
His name is R2G6.
Sometimes I've seen droids be named weird things, like Grant. It has seemingly no connection to the serial number. It's strange. But anyways, is he one of those blind service sort of things, or does he have a bit of his own personality to account for?
One moment. He holds this thing out in front of you and he says, "State your name."
Do you want my clone designation or my name given?
I don't care. What do you go by?
They call me Rook. CT-7652 works as well.
After he holds that in front of your face, he attaches what you now recognize as a restraining bolt to the front of the droid. As
Well,
he's all yours.
thank you for your work.
No. Thank you. I see. And he nods down towards your arm. You seem fairly interested in the sort of work I do, but on a smaller scale. If you ever want to quite literally upgrade, Dr. Nastidius is your guy.
Mystidius, you must be one hell of a businessman, because the fact I'm even considering is a bit frightening to me. I must get going now.
Right. Come back soon, please. Although if you do so, make sure you don't have Republic officers trailing you. I've had more than enough run-ins with them in the past 2 years.
I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna look down at R2G6. We need to get you back to the ship very, very quickly. I sort of like put my hand on his like dome head, and I'm like, "Do you want a name? Do you have a name? Maybe the hut could tell what you're saying. We could give you a name based on your personality of sorts." Or
Is it R2D6 or R2G6?
G6, like a G6.
Yep.
Anyways, I should give you a paint job. You should get some red highlights. I think they'd look pretty well on your, pretty swell on your black figure. I forget that you
Cover
can't
up
talk
his
to
natural
me.
black.
Sorry. Anyways, let's go. I must be going crazy, and I'm going to every corner. I'm just gonna like start walking in this little. He's gonna be wheeling behind me.
Yep. As a note, with the restraining bolt programmed to you, it will do literally whatever you want and not much else. Restraining bolts kind of shut down whatever personality droids might have, and make them mindless followers.
Being someone who worked in a
Ooh,
scrapyard,
ooh,
Put it
do
on
you know
Grant.
how
ooh, yes.
He's like, I
Would
am
Davar-
superior to you.
understands the concept of restraining bolts and like how to either put them on, take them off,
Not
that type of thing?
like you wouldn't even need that background. Everybody in Star Wars who doesn't live on bumfuck nowhere understands what restraining bolts are and what they do.
Okay. So Dabar could take them off of his own droids if he wanted to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But do
That's
we
fairly
want to?
common practice with like in like private settings, like in A New Hope. The first thing Luke and Owen did after they bought R2 and C-3PO was they took off the restraining bolts that the Jawas put on.
Well then.
Anyways, I will. That's my time, folks.
Cool. We cut to the rest of the group, going presumably back up to the upper level to look for Barnes and Noble.
Yes.
My plan is to wander to the streets until I see a big sign saying Barnes and Noble.
Or we could just ask someone where the nearest Barnes and Noble is.
Well, one of us should go back to the ship to pay for a docking day fee for 3 days.
Didn't we get some money to Grant for that?
You guys wander, and after 10-15 minutes of wandering, you see a giant sign that says Barnes and Noble.
Oh shoot!
Hey,
I
look,
think
it's
we
Barnes and Noble.
I gave you guys a 25% chance on the D20, and I rolled an 18. So you found Barnes and
Look.
Noble.
There it is.
Yes, we gave Grant 200 credits, I
You
believe.
gave Grant enough for 1 day.
So it'll be okay.
This shouldn't take too long anyway.
Hopefully not. I wonder how Rook's doing getting that astromech droid.
And he's probably out through a really long process of going to the manufacturer and bartering with him, and it's probably more trouble than it's worth.
Honestly. And
Yeah.
then he's going to have to pay some outrageous price. He's going to have to ask us for money or something like that.
So he probably
he might
still
get
gonna
shot.
hate it.
He could be
Why
very
did he
well
get
dead
shot?
right now.
Doubt he's dead. But
Barnes and
let's
Noble
check out
are like
Barnes
the
and Noble.
biggest stores.
I walk into Barnes and Noble.
You guys
I
go in,
also walk into Barnes and Noble.
and the first thing that hits you is the smell of books and calf. You go in between these two desks, and there's bookshelves everywhere. These little, like almost like pod thingies in the middle of the walkways, covered in other books or other memorabilia. With the sales desks off to your left, and a small cafe off to your right.
I am looking for a couple of things, or a few things actually. Jedi lore, things related to Sith lore, and lightsaber combat.
All right, make a spot check as you like wander through the aisles here.
Okay, that is a 15 plus 5, dirty 20.
As you wander through, you find a like basic reading on the Jedi, and like most of it is like modern books and like regarding the Jedi and their involvement in Republic politics. As far as the Sith is concerned, none of the like titles or the outward appearance of the books shouts, "This has Sith lore." And for lightsaber combat, you're not finding shit.
Figure.
I want
Cracker, do you broadcast what you're looking for to the rest of the group? Bro,
Oh, yeah, I will. Or
Track
except for the
mule?
Sith part. Except for the Sith part.
Jedi lore and lightsaber combat are two things that you know the Jedi archives would have so much about. That would be a much better place to look than your average bookstore
Yeah, but I can't get in there.
that you know of. Dracmule, you also think
Yeah.
that you
But
might be able to get your friends into the Jedi archives. Like if that's something that you like.
Jocasta, right? And that's the chick.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Librarian Joe Costanu.
I don't know how would that cause some like red flags. That be a no.
You could like talk to him. It would not be unprecedented. Non-Jedi have visited the archives before. It's generally in specific instances, but like you know that it's happened before, so it's probably worth a shot.
I want to look for books on like planet ecology.
On what?
The ecology of different planets.
All right, make a spot check.
All right. That's 15.
You find a book entitled "The Outer Rim: What's Really Out There," and it is about non-core planets and their ecosystems and such.
I wanna. Does the book have a price tag on it or near it?
15 credits.
I
This is Barnes and Noble. Books are expensive as hell.
well, okay. I'm gonna grab it. I have thousands of dollars, so. All right. And then I'm gonna go buy this book.
You go up to the sales desk, and there's an overjoyed man in a nice shirt. He's human, has like short black hair. He's balding a little bit, a little on the heavier side. Hello, welcome to Barnes and Noble. Is that all for you today?
Yep.
All right. That'll be 15 credits.
I gave him 15 credits.
Thank you very much. Here's your book and a bag. And if you bring this receipt to the cafe, you will get $3 off your next cup, or 3 credits off your next cup of coffee.
Ooh. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
I'm gonna go find Thrackmule. Do you know where I can, if I can, anywhere I can find books on force techniques?
We can look at the archives. We can go. We'll see. I'm sure the archives will have something that will find that will give you the specifics that you are looking for.
That sounds wonderful. I wonder if Rick will want to come along.
I don't know.
Comlink.
Rook.
Rook, just as you walk outside the doctor's office, new droid in tow, you hear, "Hey, Rook."
Barnes and Noble sucks. Want to go to the Jedi Temple?
Guys, maybe droids aren't so bad after all. I've been staring at this little guy for like 5 minutes, and I love him. He's so little.
Wait a minute. You already got one?
What?
You already got an astromech?
Yeah, R2 droid. Dr. Nestidius had one.
Well, that was easy. How much did he charge you?
2,000 credits.
Holy crap.
What?
That other guy sucks.
Is there anything wrong with that?
As compared to 30,000. Not yet. Again, I've just been looking at his little faceplate. He's got the eye, and he speaks exclusively Huddies.
That's awesome. I speak Huddies.
Yeah, he just said something. I'm not sure what. Dabar, you're going to have to help.
Those of you that speak Huddies, you caught it. Ichuta Baraka Slimo translates roughly to, "Fuck you, you dumb slime ball."
He doesn't sound very friendly to me.
No, I think he just said he likes me. Something.
Yeah, that is exactly what he said, right, Dabar?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
What a droid. Anyways, I have the restraining bolt on him, but I once we get back to the ship and he's in a safe environment, I think I might take it off, give him a chance to live a little bit.
So do you want to come to the Jedi Temple or not?
What? Oh, yeah, Jedi Temple. No, I'll just meet you back at the ship. I don't care about reading. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. I'll be on the ship.
Yeah, that figures.
Oh god.
All right.
That droid's gonna kill him.
Rook and little G6 make their way back to.
He's gonna fucking his little scomp link in the middle of the night. He's just gonna cram it into my neck, fucking kill me.
There's a reason he's
make
You know
2,000
that
credits.
astromech droids, also functioning as repair droids on starships, they do have buzzsaws and plasma torches.
Oh shit! God.
Yeah, there's got to be a reason this droid is.
If you'll
2,000
recall,
credits.
in Return of the Jedi, when they were stuck in the net, it was R2 that got him out when they were captured by Ewoks with a little buzzsaw that went.
Fuck. Okay, well, This is how I die. It's fine.
Pop the
You're an
restraining off.
R2 unit.
After this call and hearing Huddy's speaking R2 droid, I'm gonna start chuckling.
Rather
And then,
foul mouth, Huddy's speaking.
I want to like look around. Do I see any trinkets or bobbleheads anywhere? I figure it's
Yeah,
Barnes and Noble.
this is Barnes and Noble, and they have knickknacks out the butthole.
Oh, please list some for me. What's interesting?
Yeah,
They've
no,
got
I-
little. they've
Is there
got
like a
little
hula girl I
um,
can stick on the dash of the ship?
That's basically
There's,
like what I'm looking for.
There's a blue armored Senate Guard bobblehead. It appears to be like Coruscant memorabilia, like when you go to New York and get the Statue of Liberty.
Mm.
There's like D&D figures, sort of, but they're obviously made more for decoration than things like D&D. And there's one of Palpatine and his blue antenna guy with the stick whose name I can't remember. And several famous senators, most prominently Mon Mothma and Bail Organa. Stuff like that.
Boring.
Are there any games?
Dude, Palpatine.
Oh, it's Palpatine.
You know, I want to grab a Palpatine. And do you say there's D&D characters?
These little figures I described as being like D&D minis.
Is there
Gotcha.
like some dice or like a Twi'lek woman?
Yeah, there is a Twi'lek woman in the traditional Twi'lek slave dancer, but she's doing the hula thing and she's the little bobblehead.
Beautiful. I'm picking it up when we buy it.
All right. Each of these figures is 10 credits each.
Dope.
I want to take the blue guard, Palpatine, and also to like hula girl.
All right.
Are there any like games in this modern novel?
There are Sabaka cards, and there's a holodesk or a holo chess table that you can play Dejeric on.
I forget. Do we have a table for that in our ship?
No.
Can we program it into that big center table?
Yes, hypothetically.
I want to get my coffee.
All right, cool. You walk up to the barista. They've got calf. They've got scones, but Star Wars. They've got croissants, but Star Wars. They've got donuts, but Star Wars. I don't know what these things are actually called in universe.
But Star Wars.
What Star Wars?
Oh, some coffee.
Right. That'll be a calf. That'll be credits, please.
I give him the discount.
All right, that'll bring you down to 5 credits, please.
I give him 5 credits.
Thank you much. There you go, Sonny.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. As the strange accented Rhodian man hands you your cup of calf.
Please.
Please. Sounds kind of gay.
He totally was.
I'm gonna walk up
He
and
was a
I'm gonna buy
barista at Barnes and Noble. What do you expect?
Oh shit.
There
Good
you go,
point.
point.
I'm gonna walk up and buy my Twi'lek figurine.
All right, that'll be 10 credits.
All right. I hand him the 10 credits.
All right, and he bags your little bobblehead thing, and hands it to you.
Dope. Right into the back.
As Crow grabs the bobblehead off the shelf, are you planning on putting that on the dash too?
Yeah, it was a little gift for you.
Oh, and I'm going to set the hula girl back down. I'm going to take my Coruscant guard and my Palpatine and go back up to the
It'll
front
be 20 credits, sir.
desk. Oh, can do. Slap him down on the table.
Bags them for you. Hands it back.
And yeah, just turn around and kind of scoot back over to the group.
Is there an elephant woman figurine?
No.
Ah, damn it. I was gonna get one for Thrak.
Thanks, bro. But chastity, I am a Jedi. Anyway,
You're not
bros, we ready to head to the archives?
Hell yeah. Let's
Sure.
go learn about some Jedi stuff.
I'm going to take the bag and like tie it around my belt
I can carry that for you.
Oh,
I'm gonna put my bag in my backpack.
All right.
I'm going to take off or untie the bag and hand him over to Crow.
Okay, back my back.
Thank you.
You guys walk over to the nearest hover train terminal, so you can get back to the inner city, to reach the Jedi Temple. And you get on after going to the turnstile and all that stuff. You guys sit there on public transportation. As always, it's super awkward because there are like 10 people crammed into one little thing. There's probably a crying baby somewhere. It's just not fun.
Hi. Hey. Hello.
Hi. Excuse me.
Excuse me, Mr. Hutt, sir. I have my child with me. If you could scooch over so I could get a seat, please.
I'm going to just have, from sitting there, turn my fat ass head to look at her. Is there room for me to scooch?
Barely.
Lady, can't you see he's trying?
I'm
Listen,
gonna.
I should add, the child is screaming so loud.
Okay, never mind. All right, Deborah, get out. Go.
I'm gonna like try and curl up my tail and
You like
curl in like a little spiral thing. I don't know how like
you try to absorb as much as your own amorphous form as you can. As this lady sorry, and she's pressed up against your gross slug body. It's awkward for everybody. Before eventually, Senate building and Jedi Temple, Senate building and Jedi Temple. Doors open up.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and bolt out the door here because
To
I
the
cannot.
temple.
Do you think your Jedi friends will let us in, Thrak? They're usually pretentious towards clones.
I wouldn't go that far, but some of them, yes. I don't know, and the Jedi that I associate with, that I know of, probably will, should. I don't think it should be a problem.
Okay.
Right. You guys, you begin to approach the temple with the large statues of the masters flanking you on either side. The massive front wall of this temple and topped with the 5 towers of the Jedi Temple lays in front of you. There are people coming and going, Jedi, non-Jedi. Most of the people, however, do seem to be Jedi. As you guys make your way inside, flanking the doors are brown-robed sentinel guards, and they nod at you as you walk in.
Okay, I'm going to head towards the archives then.
All right. You walk into this main level, and there's pillars on each side and like a balcony sort of thing up above you. And you go through climbing the stairs, walking past classrooms where you can see younglings with the face shield helmets on in their training. You see a few more rooms that just have Jedi in them, all circled up and meditating. Eventually, you walk through this hallway, through this walkway, and down below you, off the balcony, you can see several Jedi all in this what appears to be a sparring arena, moving faster almost than you can even see, as they appear to just be blurs of colors. Their lightsaber blades slash at each other and spar. Before you guys eventually make your way to the entrance to the Jedi archives. There are, once again, 2 sentinel guards, one flanking each side. And as you guys walk up, they hold out their hands to stop you. The first one pulls down their hood to reveal, short, crew-cut, black hair. Padawan? Who are these people?
This is Crow, Dabar, and Cthulhu, and we're here to do some research for Crow was interested in some stuff. So I figured the archives might have better answers than anywhere else.
You have permission from a master to bring in outsiders?
Unfortunately, no. I will get that.
Right. On your way, Padawan.
And I'm taller than this guy, so I'm just kind of look and walk back a ways from them, out of earshot and out of sight. I don't know of any masters that might give me access. Well, would you like me to look, or should we head back to the ship to see what Rook's up to?
Oh no, let's definitely look.
You think those guys are masters? And I kind of want to scoot over to the edge and look down at the blurs of color, just dashing back and forth.
Those are not masters.
Actually,
Well-
Thrackmule, looking down, you don't know about masters specifically, but the level of power and skill they're showing as they fight each other, they're definitely better than Padawans.
Yeah, but
Well,
do I see any masters that I recognize?
Make a spot check.
That was not terrible, but not great. 10.
10?
Yep.
You look around for a moment, specifically down into that sparring arena. But the people who are fighting right now are moving too quickly for you to recognize their faces.
Okay. And my own master is out on the wall front.
Last
we-
you heard, yes, this was true.
Cannot ask him.
Well, if there's no masters we can ask, then we don't really have anything else to do except to return to the ship for the day.
True.
Let's
we
find
could-
a master.
here, I'll ask. And as I'm looking over you said over the edge, there's like in a pit down below or something?
The sparring pit.
Trackmeal's gonna like close his eyes and like, oh god, why is this happening?
You're embarrassing
hello?
me in front of my friends!
Hello? Really fast Jedi. I have a question.
These blurs of light suddenly stop and they take their places on either side. And Thrackmule, as you're looking down, what earlier was just a blur of green, you now see to be the panting form of the friendly individual you met with earlier, the Nautilin Kit Fisto, as he...
Hello.
Dabar, just Dabar,
you
stop.
Hey, I got them to stop. Just give me a chance.
Master Fisto.
He turns over to the Keldor individual. Master Plo, if you'll excuse me. Before jumping up to this ledge that you guys are sitting on. Thrackmule, it's been too long. How you been doing, little guy? He says little guy, despite the fact that you're so much taller than him.
I've been all right, Master. We've been traveling around doing missions for the Republic, odds and ends, but right now we're looking for some information that I think can only be found in the archives, and I need the permission of a master to bring in outsiders. And I nod my head toward Crow, almost called him Roku. Crow, Cthulhu.
Oh no, of course, that's cool with me. So you just need me to go and give you guys the okay? That's it?
Yes, and then I apologize for him breaking up your sparring match.
No, it's cool. Anything for you, little man. Let's go.
I like this guy.
That guy seems nice.
Ask him to meet Obi-Wan. He said he'd do anything for you.
I don't know who Obi-Wan is, but I want to meet him right now.
And then a Asherad head. Let's do it. All right.
Oh, you want to meet Ashrad? He's no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I follow him over to the temple guards.
He takes you over to the archives, and the same guy. He stops. He's Master Fisto. He's like, yeah, this guy. He said he wanted to bring his pals in there, and it's cool with me. You know, Plo Koon on the council and stuff. Go ahead and let him in. And for those of you that don't know, Plo Koon is basically supposed to be what Quinlan Voss was butchered to be in Clone Wars. He's like the chill surfer dude.
Plo Koon or
of the Jedi. Or sorry, Kit Fisto. I said Plo Koon.
Okay.
I meant Kit Fisto. Go ahead and hit these broskies in. They're tight with me. It's good stuff. And he just, yes, Master Fisto. And then he
very
extends his arm out.
I'm not sure how to take that. All right, and I'm gonna walk in, and I'm hope Crow, Dabon, and Lou are following me.
Fisto follows you guys in. So is there anything specific y'all are looking for, or is this just sort of like I'm bored, let's go read the greatest collection of secret information in the history of the galaxy?
I wanted to look into some force techniques.
Well, you've come to the right place. What about you two?
Lightsaber combat books.
You've definitely come to the right place. I actually think Master Drawlig's around here if you want to talk to the big man himself.
Yeah.
And you? Hut?
Well, I was just with them, and well, are there any books here about like all different types of droids, manufacturing, those type of things? There's a few. I still don't know.
I don't know. That's not my area of expertise. That'd be something you could ask Jocasta about. If she doesn't know where it is in the archives, you could probably find Master Paratus. He'll tell you about that.
Okay. I wasn't expecting much, but thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thrackmule. Stay cool, my man. Now, if you'll excuse me, you called that early before I was done kicking Plo Koon's butt. So, I'll see y'all later. And he leaves the archive.
Party on, man.
Are there like
Dude,
big
rock on.
signs showing
I'm gonna
what
turn to Crow and see, they're not all pretentious. And
Yeah.
march over to the...
He was pretty cool.
Are there like big signs showing which section is which?
No.
I'm gonna peruse until I find what I'm looking for.
Same.
So, the Jedi archives are composed not only of databases, but also holocrons. And as far as you can tell, Crow, these are just cool little glowy boxes, and you don't know what they are, how they work. However, there's also little like computer terminal station thingies that you could go to, and you can look stuff up there.
That is where I would go.
Yeah.
These are databases, right? These are databases. Come on, it's my one shot to do this here.
Do what?
They're databases, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is my one shot to use
This
this
is your
ability.
thing, databases.
Oh,
man.
your little ability that. All right.
Oh, no.
Dabar, you want to help me look some things up?
Oh, sure. Gonna walk over, or not walk, slide,
You're gonna hunt
go over
over.
to the computer. What do you need looked up?
Look up. Would it be like Would it be like a book full of sequences or a book on the form itself that I'd be looking for here?
I don't know. What are you looking for? A book full of
Both.
sequences or a book on the forms themselves?
Both.
All right.
I want a book on like all of the forms, and then once I learn what those are, I want a book on Form 5.
Oh, Tom knows your shit. This makes me really happy because lightsaber combat is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Dabar, make a computer use check, and you can use your database ability thingy.
Okay. That means wherever I roll, I get plus 13. That's a 19, so that's a 32. I've been waiting for this ability.
You click one button, and suddenly the 7 forms of lightsaber combat is pulled up.
Is this what you were looking for?
Beautiful. And then I'm gonna read through, find the one I like, Form 5.
All right, so you're reading through this database, and lightsaber combat, and I know that Tom knows this, but I'm gonna rant at you guys anyway. Lightsaber combat is broken up into 5 basic lightsaber forms. Form 1, Shicho, is the elementary form. Every Jedi Padawan is taught this form, and it is basically basic sequences breaking up the body into target zones that it's easy to teach, and it has a basis in blast deflection as well. Form 2, Makashi, or Makashi, depending on which syllable gets the emphasis. That's the Fencer's Grace dueling centric. It's really heavy into sword play with somewhat lacking in the blaster deflection department. Form 3, Sarisu, made famous by one Obi-Wan Kenobi, is the all-out defensive form. Great for lightsaber combat because it's super conservative and energy, and you can save your energy. It's very long-term. When Crow's getting his stuff, it's cool. But its main focus is blast deflection. If you're a Suriso master, no gun will ever touch you. Form 4, Ataru. This is probably the most traditional lightsaber combat form at this point in time. It's very flamboyant, uses lots of flips, jumps, and kicks. It's devised into the 3 Suma rotations: Ensuma, Jansuma, and Ensuma, Jansuma, and one more Suma that I can't remember, which is flips, spins, and cartwheels. Made famous by Jedi Grandmaster Yoda, among others. Form 5 is actually broken up into 2 subforms, Shien and Gemso. Shien is a sort of Surisu taken one step further, blast deflection being emphasized into blast redirection, where you can not only intercept a blaster bolt, but actually target it and block it back at the shooter. Gemso is the saber-centric form of Form 5, which is it's a strength emphasizing power form with the heavy focus on defending and immediately countering, a sort of counter-riposte sort of thing. Form 6 is Nine-Man, which is the jack-of-all-trades lightsaber form. It's really good at using small bits from all of the previous forms, as well as integrating force combat and other martial arts techniques into the lightsaber fighting. And finally, Form 7, Juyo, which has been it's been sort of like swept under the table by the Jedi Order. The final form of lightsaber combat is very passionate and aggression-driven. It's very it toes the line between light and dark. It's shady stuff. And the prerequisites to even begin studying Form 7 are A, basic knowledge of at least 2 other lightsaber forms, and B, you have to be deemed worthy to do so by the Jedi Council. They don't let just anybody follow the aggression form. Anyway, Form 5 specifically, again, as I mentioned earlier, it has 2 forms. Form 5 is known as the Way of the Krayt Dragon for its intense ferocity. Are you more focused on Shien or Gemso here?
Gemso.
Okay, I was going to say, as a non-Force user, Shien would be basically impossible for you to use anyway. Gemso is, for a real-world analog, it's very similar to traditional European longsword fighting. 2-handed power attacks, a lot of overhead and wide swing blows. The most common attack from Gemso is known as the falling leaf attack, where you bring your saber to bear up over your head, slamming it down on top of them, basically as hard as you can. You whip your lightsaber out like a baseball bat, send that fool to Night-Night Town. And again, it's really big on counter riposte. It's defending and immediately counter. Whereas Sarisu is passively waiting for openings in a fight. A gem cell master uses his blade to create openings in a fight. The most famous practitioners as of right now of Form 5 are Plo Koon for Shien and Anakin Skywalker for gem cell. I can't believe I had an actual in-game reason to give that whole speech. If Tom is more interested, in the 10th grade, Nathaniel wrote an entire research paper about these that I can send to you.
Okay. So, are there like books or are they holocrons on these?
Both.
I would
However,
like.
if you want to retrieve either of those things, you will need to basically go into the Dewey Decimal portion of this database and go figure out where in the Jedi Archives you'd have to look. Also, if you want help, Drew Houston knows this entire place like the back of her hand.
Could I find that from this terminal? Could I ask Dabar to find this from this terminal?
Dabar probably could. Dabar gets plus 13 to these damn rolls.
Okay, so so you want me to find out where this one is?
A Gemso book, yeah.
Okay, Form 5, so okay, click. That's an 18.
Okay. Plus 13 or 18 total?
18 plus 13, so I rolled 5.
Okay. 18 still does it. I don't even care that you rolled a 5. 18 still does it. Dabar could lead you to the portion in the archives where specifically, or where generally the books on lightsaber combat are kept, but more specifically, he could show you where the gems open is.
Okay, here it looks like okay, right side, 1, 2, 3. You see that aisle over there that has the big lightsaber on it? Hey, go down there, about 3 rows up, halfway down the aisle. There should be holocrons and your holobooks over there.
Would it be easier to learn Gemso if I learn Form 1 first?
It would be easier to learn any lightsaber form if you learn
Okay.
Form 1 first, at least the basics. You don't have to master Form 1, but learning body target zones as well as lightsaber katas, which are all Form 1 techniques, that would be easier to do.
I would also like a book on that if we can find it.
Okay. It would be basically in the same place.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'm going to
man.
go look.
Right. You go over there. You walk through the archives. The hall, or the main hall of which is flanked by these 20 busts, 10 on each side. The first of which, on your right, you recognize is Count Dooku himself. And as you walk further down this, you see one of the busts he has an uncanny resemblance to Elminster Kane, the man you met on Ilum.
That's the dude.
You keep walking, and you go into this aisle, and you see a tall, middle-aged, kind of old guy with long hair pulled back in a ponytail, brown Jedi robes. And he's, "Hello, Trooper. I didn't know we had military personnel in the archives. Is there anything I can help you with?"
Sir, I am looking for 2 specific books on Form 5 Gemso and Form 1.
If I might ask, what does the military need with Jedi martial art?
Not military, sir, just me.
Oh. Okay then. And he holds his hand out, and you see 2 books float off the shelf and over to him. These are your basic instruction manuals, but I'm going to be totally honest. I don't know how well you're going to do totally self-taught.
I have a friend that's helping me.
Oh, wonderful. You mind if I ask who it is?
Thrakmule.
Is he the weird one with the 8 legs?
More like the tall man with the tush.
Oh, right. The Cragmaloid boy.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, if you see him again, tell him Master Syndraulic says hello.
Thank you, sir. And I grab the books and.
Okay, Dabba. I need some help now.
Oh, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for some books on force techniques.
Force techniques. Okay. Anything specifically?
Not really.
Okay. Well, this is my
Applications of force techniques.
I think no, that's the 26th.
Okay. You find. Sorry.
That's a weird
Oh.
title.
Like, I don't want history. I want ways to use them. Is what I'm trying to say.
You find a few things, but you surmise that most of the actual learning of techniques happens from personal training with masters. It's not just go to the library and read. As far as the force is concerned, because it's a much more. It's not a defined science, the force. So you do find some things, but not really a whole lot in the way of like instruction manuals.
What do we find? Like, if
You find some it's sort of like research texts, people that have studied the mysteries of the force and their findings, stuff like that.
ooh, that sounds interesting. Where is that book, Dabba?
What's the okay, subcategory. Okay, that's 29. So
Alright.
okay. Let's see. This one's on the left side. You see that bookshelf over there? It has like
Yes.
the almost like waves of sound, or I don't know. I think that's supposed to represent the force or something. Go down that aisle, fifth shelf, at the end of the aisle. Looks here like it's green, hollow book.
Okay. And I follow his instructions.
All right. As you get down there, there's a Twilight Padawan going through and taking hollow books off the shelf, and she nods at you.
I nod at her.
Alright.
Right. So I grab the book, possibly using the force if it's too high up for me to reach.
Okay.
And then walk back to the group. So do we check these out, Dracul, or do we just read them here?
Drakmil hasn't done what he wants to do yet, so we won't check out just yet. Right.
Oh, so we do check them out.
I'm gonna go over to a computer by myself while they're all doing their own things, and I'm going to find books on effective leadership. That's for 52. I mean, Rook. Astrogation, and then hyperdrives.
Okay. Make a use computer check as you search this database looking for this.
Oh. Computer use. That'd be a 10.
All right. Hyperspace travel, due to the weird nature of it, how it works, is a very well documented subject. So you find that one pretty easily. As far as like leadership books are concerned, honestly, you probably would have had better luck at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, I should have got something there.
He wouldn't read it anyway, so. And then
but you do find it's an old book. It's not. It doesn't even really like it's leather bound, and it's an old tome.
Sacred Text.
And it's written in some language you don't understand, but underneath that is a translation in Galactic Basic. But it keeps referring to what you assume to be hyperspace as dark space, and it talks about world engines, and it's all very strange. But it is about hyperspace.
Cool. Now I'm gonna go back into whatever the search engine is, if that's like a thing. Hyperdrives, like repair and how to work with, because I want to do my best to like help Dabar when it comes time to
Again,
fix the hyperdrive.
probably would have been better off looking for this at Barnes & Noble. This is a little more traditional.
The Jedi archives are stupid then. That's not true.
I mean,
There's a lot
they
of great stuff
have
in here.
they have stuff on that, but like they don't have how to build a hyperdrive for beginners, if that's what you're looking for.
This is
Not
like
necessarily, just
going to a lost.
something that I can pick apart until, because we don't know when we're gonna do that. Anyway, yeah, no, I'll grab the travel ones. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
With that, we'll go and check out our books, I guess.
Oh,
Do my books include the sequences, or did I just pick up a book completely about the
No,
Form.
your books do have like saber sequences in them.
beautiful?
Before everyone gets up and starts going to check out droids, just like looking up droids, war droids, just basically anything droid, really. Droids like that are used in war, droids that are like used.
There's a lot
like,
of historical
mechanics.
texts about droids' uses in previous wars. They don't really have a lot of schematics, if that's what you're looking for, but there are a lot like and for the most part, the entries were pretty scarce until recently. You see, a Jedi by the name of Kazdan Paratus has added so many new texts on specific droids of his own design.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my computer use check just because I can. That's a 27, so I assume this comes up pretty easily. But like what specifically? Like, do any of droid names pop out from this guy
What do you
that he
mean?
just like? You said that he put in a bunch of like books or texts about like droids of his own design. Like,
Yeah.
What were like the titles of those? Or
What
they
do
just
you-
like?
What do you mean?
I want like just okay. I want like look through them and
Like
are
what
there
the
like
droids
any
are
like
called?
pictures? Yeah, like or like does it have any like designs of what the droids
Yeah,
are?
the
by this point?
database has like the database as far as his droids, it does have lots of schematics. Some of them are trading droids. Some of them are just like cybernetic enhancements. There don't seem to be any battle droids in here, and it makes sense that a Jedi probably wouldn't design lots of battle droids. But
You said cybernetic enhancements are so that sparks an idea. Cybernetic enhancements for hut mobility. Type that in the computer.
There's an entry comes up that's it refers to some sort of ancient Hutt battle armor that lots of Hutt warlords used to wear that has been since outlawed by the Republic.
Isn't
Other
this
than
the
that-
dude with the spider legs that we're talking about here?
Isn't
Paratus? Yeah.
Yeah. He's from Force Unleashed. Anyway, so yeah, Hutt battle armor, that's the thing.
Okay. I think I'd already know hut battle armor because of my
Yep,
knowledge in hut
You
lore.
totally would. You totally would.
And I assume that I know only like big hut crime lords still own them, or like the
Mhm.
biggest of the huts own them.
Yep.
Platforms with mobility that can carry lots of weight. I don't know, I'm looking for like a hover platform design schematic thing. I don't know.
So you're looking in the best database in the world. The Jedi Archives is the greatest collection of knowledge in the galaxy of all time. But as far as like mundane stuff like this, you're not really looking in the right place.
Yeah, I figured, but it's worth a shot. After like a couple failed searches, I'll get up, kind of look over at Crow and Cthulhu. I presume Thrakmeel's still kind of over by himself. I don't think this place has what I'm necessarily looking for, but it's good. Looks like you guys got your things.
Yes.
How unfortunate. Flip a page.
I'm going to start reading. Or wait for Thrak.
All right, let's check out. Is that like a thing that we do? I'm gonna be honest, I
Yeah.
don't really know how Jedi archives work.
You'd have to talk to the head librarian, Jocasta.
Let's go.
All right, then I'm gonna find Madame Jocasta.
The old lady in the yellow bathrobe is not hard to find. She's sort of old lady scuttling her way around.
Madame Jocasta, I have some books that I would like to check out.
Yes, better one. Come.
I'm sort of take everybody's books and follow her.
She walks over to a little desk thingy and she takes all the books. Boop. Boop. Library scans all of them. Hands it back to you. Is that all, Padawan?
Yes, I believe so. Thank you.
Force be with you. And then she walks off.
And with you. And I'm gonna go find my friends and say, all right, let's head back with Brooke. Hopefully, this cheap astromech droid hasn't gone crazy and killed him, or he hasn't killed him yet.
Is there like a return box for these books, or how do we bring them back when we're done with them, or do we bring them back when we're done with them?
Tapping out.
Thrakmeel, you would know that you would be expected to bring these back at some point.
Okay.
Anytime soon.
But do you know how long?
We'll have to bring them back.
Did you get a date or a time frame?
Nope.
We won't be in Coruscant for much longer.
Oh, maybe
Some
we
stuff to
should
read
do that a few days.
on the road. On the road.
Can you do me a favor and ask? Because
Nope, it's okay. Okay, let's
the
go.
last thing. Okay.
It's all right. Don't feel like there's any rush. We'll get them when we're back to Coruscant. We'll give them back.
I hate to waste money on library fees.
It'd be for Thrakmeal. Right, buddy? And I take my books into the bag.
See that?
Let's get to the docking bay.
I can grab my book. Let's go to the dock.
You guys grab all your things. You make your way out of the temple. As you're leaving, Thrakmeel, you recognize the Grand Master of the Order, a tall black dude with no hair, probably says motherfucker all the time. Walking by and floating next to him in a small repulsor pad. Looks like a little green gremlin. and they seem to be arguing vehemently about something. As they're walking through the grand entry hall, flanked by those statues that you saw earlier. However, you make your way out.
I'm trying to figure out what they're talking about.
Can
Do
I?
you?
Yeah, I'd like to
Can
kind of try and
Somebody
figure out what
eavesdrop.
they're talking
This
about.
is
I would
not
like to
in
eavesdrop.
character. I just want to know, what this is
Yeah.
about.
I want to like sit there and eavesdrop to like find out information. I just want eavesdrop just for the sake of like hearing what they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh no, I want to like find information. Like I mean, like I was thinking about east. Yes, I'd like to try and eavesdrop, sort of. But if it looks like it's gonna be like too difficult and then it's gonna draw too much attention and I'm gonna have to interact with them, then I'm gonna abort mission because they
I want to
intimidate
interact with
me.
them. Let's do it. Motherfucker.
They intimidate me a lot.
Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
All right. I'm gonna have you guys roll. I'm gonna have you guys roll bluff checks as you follow them, trying not to look like you're following them.
Oh shit.
Ooh, yay. 1.
Oh shit!
Plus 1, I mean. I haven't rolled yet. I meant plus 1.
Oh, well, I got a 1.
11.
10.
Okay.
Guys,
I was going to roll a red die, but rolled up to my table. So I picked up a white one and rolled it, and I got a nat 1.
could you just not?
You guys you're making your way out the doors, and as you see Mace Windu and Yoda walking by arguing, you all stop, and then you turn around and start following them. And you hear Master Yoda say, "Oh, I told you. Cheeseburgers for lunch I wanted, not Subway."
Interesting. And I turn
They
around
They
and walk
appear
out
to
the
be
door.
arguing over what Mace Windu went to get for lunch.
So not only does Barnes & Noble exist, Subway also managed to make its way to Coruscant.
And cheeseburger.
The Republic, the war efforts are in such fine hands, and I'm gonna head to the docking bay.
I have a question.
I don't know who let's see.
In Star
Motherfucker.
Wars,
Then I
what
walk
do they
back
use
in.
for common meat? Like, in America, we use beef. But, like, what do they use
Bantha.
for common meat?
Yeah,
And the beef.
Nathaniel specified Bantha burgers was the thing. That's what I had for lunch some time ago. I ate by myself.
When you were at
And cried.
Dexter's
Yes.
Diner.
Should go back there.
Back
As you
to the
guys
ship.
start walking away, you hear you hear the words "war effort" and "eavesdroppers." So you think they intentionally changed the conversation when they noticed you guys approach.
Motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Told you.
Oh, it's okay.
You guys make your way back to your spaceport. Rook, what have you been doing this whole time?
I went back to the ship. I'll look around to see if there is any paint on the ship.
Paint?
Yeah. We clones, sometimes when we mess around, we paint our helmets. So I was thinking I could just do some rudimentary work on this R2 unit.
Okay. Make a spot check as you look for paint.
Oh, right on the edge. Okay. Spot is +0 because I'm dumb. So 12.
You do not find any paint.
Comlink.
So, guys, are you coming back yet? Did you meet anybody cool at the temp? Honestly, I forgot what you guys were doing. Anyways, would you guys bring me back some red paint?
Yeah, sure. And I go to look for green paint.
You bitch boy.
I want to
Good
find
man.
blue paint.
Guys, I think I forgot some stuff. You guys go on ahead without me. I'm gonna
Okay.
Right
and
out.
I'm gonna rush back in to the temple, and I'm gonna try and find Mace Windu and Master Yoda.
You motherfucker.
You rush back in, and they have not gone far.
And I'm approach them, but I'm gonna like slow down,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna be like, Masters Windu and Yoda, and see if they.
Mace Windu turns around, and Yoda's flying seat rotates him. Windu says, "What is it, Padawan?"
Yeah, sorry about earlier. I wasn't sure if it was appropriate, but I was just wondering if any news had come. If I haven't heard any news from my master, I didn't know if you or Master Yoda knew anything about his whereabouts or what's going on with him.
I hope you understand, Master Zandriel's operation. They're deep in the war front. We can only reveal so much. Tell him we should. Worry the boy is.
It's all right. I understand, Masters.
Careful you must be, Padawan. Dangerous your feelings of fear could be, worrying for the life of your master.
Yes, Master Yoda. And I'm sort of like start to take a few steps back and a slight bow to each of them, and then I'm
Troubled, are you?
not troubled, Master, just curious.
Truly wonderful. Mind of a child is. And then they
See, Jedis are dicks.
That's why I hate the Jedi Order.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
You worried about your master in the war?
The dude that has
Shut
like
the
raised
fuck
you.
up.
No, actually, I'm not worried about him. Actually, I was.
Hope he
Never mind. I don't want to talk about it.
You hope he died. You want some inheritance.
I didn't say that. You said that, and then I'm rush back out,
What?
and either if I don't see the group, if they've already gone super far, and I'm not gonna look
you
for
can
them. I'm
like
gonna head.
jog and catch up to them.
Looking for
Okay.
paint right now, so
Then I'm gonna jog and catch up with them
Green
if they haven't
paint,
gone
but
terribly far.
not red paint.
I like red. Red's a good color.
yeah, but I wear green.
I don't give a fuck about your green.
Why don't we leave him black? It's the Vantablack. He matches.
Yeah, and then
the
I was
shit.
gonna give red highlights so he looks like me.
How the fuck am I supposed to see him? I'm blind as fuck.
I hate you.
All right, you guys go ahead and look for paint. I'm gonna head to the ship.
Oh, Rook. Sorry, I was going.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm gonna find out why he really needs all this paint.
Rook. Is Derek present?
Rick?
Oh, hey, that's me. Sorry, I forgot my name was Rook. Not gonna lie. Yo, what's up?
May I ask why you want black paint or red paint?
Red paint.
Probably to paint his armor.
I wanted to paint the droid. I think he
May I
looks
ask
better.
what color the droid is?
It's black, so it matches the ship, but we don't want him to get lost, so I thought we could put some red on him. Still see him while he's
The
wandering around.
ship interior is not all completely black, so I think
I
he'd
was
be
just-
fine.
I think green would look fantastic.
I prefer red, cause like I
I
bought
prefer red over green.
I
but,
bought him, so like maybe I could paint him. Us clones in the barracks, when we were waiting for our wartime duties, we would sometimes just paint our helmets. My helmet's red. If you guys ever noticed that. Has
No,
red
not
on it.
Well,
once
let's see.
actually.
What, are we blind?
If it were me, I'd paint him either blue or purple, as I'm gonna I know you can't see because I'm comlinking you, but I'm gonna gesture to my body.
Okay, look, I bought
Okay,
the
so
droid.
red it
I bought,
is.
I bought the droid. I bought the droid. Okay, all right. Okay.
How about we leave it black so there's no arguments?
Why? I didn't know this would be a thing. I just wanted to paint him red a little bit. Can I please do this for myself? Can I please have this one thing?
Hey,
Just giving
52.
you shit. We'll get you some paint.
Hey, 52.
Yes.
Check outside the ship and see if there's any spots where the ship itself might need a touch-up of paint.
Yeah. Good idea. Maybe bring some black too. I'm feeling a bit crafty. Oh, and Davar, don't worry. This droid will be yours too. I don't even speak the language it speaks, so.
I do.
Anyways, you both
Um,
feel inclined
and
to talk to him anytime. Yep.
I hate to tell you this, but I don't think that droid is very fond of you.
Well, he was kept in Dr. Nestidius's back room for a bit, so he's probably not the happiest fella.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go get you some red paint then.
And I'm gonna go check outside of the ship, see if it's all still black, and chipped off.
Yeah.
Space and all.
It is. As you go out, there are various Ugnaughts running around, running various ship and dock maintenance things. But you inspect the bottom of the ship that you can see, and it's all pitch black.
Cool.
In fact, as dark as this black, this ship lives up to its name, Vantablack. You think any black spray paint you put on might actually
Lighten it?
brighten it?
Yes, I was
And it
thinking.
would look like splotchy.
Ooh, Dabble, we can get some paint for the pit droids.
Well, oh yes. Maybe
They
that
made
can
him with
be
a different
how
color, so
we.
we could tell the difference.
We could just put a stripe of color on their heads.
Or maybe a symbol, and I don't know. I hate to name them blue and purple, but
Well, aren't there
I
three?
think that we
Or are these two?
should 2 pit droids. Now that I think about it, comlink to Grant this time. Hey Grant.
Yes, Master.
I don't remember too fondly, but in the cargo bay of our ship, were you the only droid?
No, actually, there are a few gonk units. I think they're fully charged. Why do you ask?
How many to be exact?
3 of them.
Okay. Thank you. Well, there's the 2 pit droids, now the astromech. Grant, we can tell him apart, and apparently 3 gonk droids as well. So,
Well, the
I think we
Astromech
can.
is also fairly easy, apart from the other side.
Well, yeah, but Rook one. I feel like we should give Rook this one thing.
Alright.
Hey Crow, I'll let you paint one of my pit droids.
Okay, deal.
Obviously, I'd like to paint one of them. If you two would like to paint a gonk droid, I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Why are you painting all your droids exactly?
Because
Tell them
it's
apart,
fun.
and it's
Tell them
fun.
apart.
It's
Well, like,
fun,
name
and now we have
my-
a way to tell them all
Why do
apart.
you need to tell apart gonk droids? They don't
Because
even
it's
have
fun.
brains.
Because it's
Fun.
fun.
It's fun.
Okay, what
I'm
if
just
I put
confused.
what if Crow puts his lightsaber in one of the gonk droids, and they all start waddling around, and he loses which one to put the lightsaber in?
I'm not very smart. I can't keep
He'd be
track of
like,
that. They
"Oh,
move
I'll play
fast.
the yellow one." Like,
They do not move fast. Like
I
at
know.
all. What are you
Okay, that
talking
was
about?
part of the joke.
I'm gonna name my gonk
Okay.
droid Gonky.
Good name.
Anyway,
Naming a gonk droid is like the Star Wars equivalent of naming a cardboard box, though. It literally makes no sense.
But we're gonna do it.
We're doing
You're
it
gonna be
anyway.
happy about
And he's
it.
gonna have a goddamn racing stripe on him because it'll make him go faster. That's science.
I'm just going to put a purple color space on mine.
All right, we'll pick
All
up
right.
some purple paint while we're there.
You
To the
put
paint shop.
Dude, Cathu could put his lizard on top of the gonk droid and it can like follow him around everywhere.
You could
Except
just
the-
have a gonk droid with a heat lamp in it, and it could just be like a walking
Yeah,
cage.
All right,
We can
let's
put a
get to the
bomb in
paint
one of the
shop.
gonk droids, and then
Jesus. Okay, yep, no, we've crossed the line.
do we still have
Let's-
that big old bag of Tabana gas? No,
What?
No,
the
it's still
dude's
in the
bomb
barracks.
vest.
Oh, yeah.
It was still in the barracks. So if we ever went back to the barracks,
If it hasn't been confiscated yet.
Okay, anyway,
Alright.
paint shop.
Yep, let's go paint shop.
Oh,
DJ Max.
yeah, there's a paint shop, I guess.
Oh, quit being a party pooper.
is there like
School and
okay.
Subway is free for all realistic, but paint, I don't know about that.
I just don't know like how to narrate a Star Wars paint shop.
We just have paint now. We have paint now.
Yeah, you guys,
We lose 5 credits, we have some paint. There we go.
you drop 15 credits and you have 3 cans of colored paint.
Well, oh wait, what colors did
Well,
we
no,
get?
hold on. We
Red,
got
blue,
green.
and green were discussed.
We need purple too.
And
Yeah, I
red.
need purple. I need my
and
purple.
Yeah.
you
Purple,
have like
not
a
blue.
box of like
Pink.
paint, like a big assortment.
Just tell
box
me
of
what
paint.
colors you need, and you will drop 5 credits per color of paint.
Red. Well, no, let's just do this: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
Okay.
Well,
Just
you know what? Whatever, go for it.
just a rainbow pack of paint. You know, just, why not?
Somebody pay 30 credits.
I got it.
All right.
Thank you,
You have
Crow.
paint. You have a rainbow of paint.
Wait,
Thanks, Nathaniel.
These
Do we
paint
have like a
cans
paint
are
brush too?
infinite paint cans, so you'll never have to buy paint again.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Wait,
Paint can.
are there
I can't wait to
paintbrushes?
use this.
I feel like
The
we need
paintbrushes
to buy
come
a
with the
paintbrush.
paint cans.
No, they're like spray paint.
Like
it's spray paint
rollers
cans.
or
Oh, okay.
Okay.
did we get painter's tape too? Ash the
Yeah,
dude
can we
with
get
the paint
Daniel's so irritated.
Session 1. You guys are a rogue band of operatives for the Republic under a secret. Session 13. So the paint, right? Is there brushes with the paint?
Nathaniel, it's got to
Yeah.
be answered. Is there brushes?
Mm-mm.
No,
like,
it's spray
precise
paint.
drawing.
morons.
But
You don't
but I
need
don't, I
brushes
don't want
with
like the
spray paint.
wide, you know.
But that does call into question: are we going to graffiti the side of our ship?
No,
No,
I
we're not gonna
purpose
graffiti
is
our
I
Vantablack.
dig the Vantablack.
Okay. Just wondering.
The
Anyway.
inside of it, rainbow, but the outside, it stays black. So,
Yeah, after we grab our paint, let's head back to the ship.
Did you pay the 30 credits?
Yep.
All right. You guys make your way back to the Vantablack, Dogging Bay 47. As you walk in, Crow, you see the familiar man. The average height, lengthy figure, balding head, thick-rimmed glasses of Kevin, walking his way into Docking Bay 47.
Kevin.
Yeah, hi. Here's the thing. I was thinking about how you guys came to talk to me, and I want to reconsider your offer.
Kevin, this is beautiful. Kevin, please step aboard.
Right. What is it that I'll be doing for you guys exactly?
We will discuss it all on board, Kevin. Your life changes now.
Like, here's
Okay.
the thing. I can't fight.
That's perfectly
all.
fine. We can.
Okay.
Kevin, don't be off put by their over eagerness. They're just excited.
Also,
Thank you, Kevin.
there's one condition to all this. You gotta let my brother Larry tag along too.
Uh-oh. Where's Larry? Who's Larry?
Where is Larry?
who's Larry?
Larry's over there. He points to a guy that looks He's he looks fairly similar to Kevin. They are siblings, but his hair is a bit fuller and a bit longer and a bit lighter. His nose is a little differently shaped, and he doesn't have those same glasses. He's leaning over talking to one of those Ugnots. And upon hearing Larry, he looks up and he waves. Then he goes back to talking to the Ugnot.
Are we close
Can,
enough to this ship for me to yell at Rook?
can we interact with
Rook
Larry?
is in the ship, I believe.
Okay, I'm
Didn't
gonna.
Poseidon was like underneath, inspecting the paint?
That was like a while
Okay,
ago. You guys have
holding my
gone and
box
bought
of
paint
paint.
since then.
I'm gonna shuffle in and get Rook.
Right? You walk over to the ship, and you now realize you don't know how to open the ship from the outside.
Rook!
Do I hear concerned yelling from my
Hey,
brother?
Rook. I use my collar.
Huh?
Rook!
What?
Rook, open up.
Open the ramp!
Okay.
You won't believe what's out here. Come
how
on,
do-
hurry!
How do I do that?
Ask Grant.
There's you
Button?
guys saw the button that was on the little thing. It's literally right there. You've used it before.
There's an up and down button.
Mm-hmm. The circular platform lowers from the bottom of the ship.
What is it? Oh, hey, you guys got paint. Did you get red?
Rook. Not the paint. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Well, what's happening? Are we under
Just come on.
attack? Should I
Come
get my weapon?
Crow,
I'm gonna
give me the
take it off.
paint. You guys go have fun.
I've already set the paint down at the foot of the ramp.
Oh, like on the. Okay.
On the platform.
Walk inside the paint.
You'd have to raise the platform back up.
Oh.
Catherine, just hold on a second. Let's wait for them.
I think maybe we should also interact with Larry to make sure he's not a total dick.
That's why I got Rook.
Kevin, is that you?
Oh, yes. Hello.
Are you here to stay? Are you joining us, Kevin?
I think so.
Well, come on in. Let's get going.
Right. So you'll take us?
Us?
Come on, Larry. They're taking us.
Who? Wait.
And Larry walks up behind him.
Wait. Who's Larry?
Oh, Larry's my older brother.
What can he do?
Well, he's worked in the machine yards for a few years now.
Perfect.
He says he's decent with starships.
Perfect.
All right, you go
But,
ahead. I'll talk to him.
He got laid off recently because with the war,
Not
the
perfect.
economy's kind of gotten bad, so they laid him off.
Exactly.
So he needs work too.
He needs a purpose.
Which brings us to my next point. Are we getting paid?
We'll see you inside, Kevin. Pet.
We got food.
It's okay, Larry. I swear these are real friendly folks. And then
Larry, yes, I'd like.
Larry picks up his duffel
you,
bags
sir.
and he starts making his way.
Oh, hold on a moment, Larry. I would like to speak to you independently of your brother, if that's no problem.
Yeah, what's up?
So, you're willing to come along? No persuasion necessary. You just want to.
Well, I'm sure Kevin told you our oldest brother he died recently, and the family hasn't been taking it super well. And on top of everything else, I just got laid off, and I just really need work. And I think my place at this point is away from Coruscant.
And you'll be doing good work. Now, we will be here for maybe 2 or 3 more days, unfortunately, but then we will leave soon after, so you can stay on the ship if you need. You worked at the machine yards. Can you repair things if necessary?
Yeah, I worked on fixing up starships for I don't know how long,
Okay.
but I am getting paid, right?
Go on inside, you scamp.
Like for real. I was under the impression this was a job offer, government contract. That's what Kevin said. He said you're with the military.
Yes, but it's
You offered a place in the Grand Army of the Republic.
No, we offered a place in a subsidiary of the Grand Army of the Republic.
So you are a government entity.
Technically, yes, we're a specific
So I
task
should be getting
force.
paid.
Well, we are not getting paid, so when we do, you'll get the cut. Does that make sense? It's sort of a commission type deal. When we make money, then you do as well.
And if you don't make money,
Then nobody makes money.
We will make money. There's a war out there where there's plenty of tasks for us to fulfill. As long as you do your duty on the ship, should not be a problem.
How does
Alright, I tell
500
you what.
credits each right now sound?
I was going to say exactly that. With an upfront fee of 500, I'll pop on.
Deal.
Well,
And
there
I
you go.
pay them each. I pay him 1,000, assuming they're going to split it.
Listen, if I don't get more money soon,
Be
I have
happy
to
with
dip
what
out.
you got, and I pat him on the back towards the ship.
We'll be moving in a couple of days. We'll be going on our next mission.
and we get paid after that.
Sure.
That's usually what happens.
Sounds good to me. And he picks up his duffel bags and makes his way towards the ship.
Yeah, we got to make sure if he's useful, we can't lose him. Repairing a ship, while Davar is good at it, if he's piloting, he can't be repairing. We need to at the same time.
And the pit droids can only do so much. You're right. You're smart, Rook. Yeah, while we're walking back to the.
I was hesitant about Larry, but let's hope he does something. And Kevin, I think, can work scanners pretty well, right? And navigate.
How about Kevin's just fantastic, isn't he?
What a guy. I'm very glad that we not only have ourselves new employees, we have given men a purpose, an escape from their old lives of turmoil, and we're giving them a place of importance in the war. That's what really matters, a
Okay.
sense of duty.
What happens when we can't pay them?
Well,
They're
okay.
gonna jump. They're gonna jump ship and they're gonna demand money.
Okay, well, we got paid last time we did a thing, so I'm hoping
This trend continues.
I'm hoping this trend continues, and we will give them a piece of the cut.
I have a question.
Dabbar, you're back at the ship. Quiet down.
Well, if Thrakmiel also came over, I assumed the rest of the
I
pack
didn't
came
go
over.
over to the ship. I wanted to talk to Larry.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Larry,
I
coincidentally, is
specified
now
that.
back at the ship.
Yeah. We'll go back to the ship now. We gotta go check in. You guys gotta meet the new astromech.
I got some green paint for you,
For the astromech?
and the little red.
No, the red. Yes, the red is for the.
Can I throw a little something on there just for me?
Depends if he likes you or not. You have to talk to him.
Can you even talk to him? Do you
No,
speak Huddies?
I cannot.
Well, I can.
All right, let's go. We got to get ourselves acquainted with our new crew. Do we have enough bunks for them?
Oh,
And they can.
yeah.
I'll sleep in the cargo hold if we need.
You guys had
20 bunks, right?
8,
5 bunk beds per room.
You have 8.
No,
Oh,
that
okay.
sounds more like it.
There's
Is
there's
it 8
4
bunk beds?
There's 4 bunks in each room, and there's 2 rooms.
And you don't sleep on a bed.
Wait, 4 bunks is in like. Oh, because when I think of a bunk, I think of 1 bed top, 1 bed bottom.
That's not what a bunk is. So you're blatantly wrong on that. A
Okay.
bunk is just 1 bed.
I thought
Okay,
it was
never
like
mind
when you said bunk bed was what my mind.
Yeah,
went.
that's
'Cause I took
immediately
top
what I
bunk on
thought.
Yeah.
No.
I took top
Okay,
bunk.
so I wasn't the only one here.
There,
Okay.
there are bunks are stacked, but when I say 4 bunks, I mean 4 beds. You have enough room
Gotcha.
for 8 people on your ship. Let's put it that way. You have enough beds for 8 people on your ship. However, you also have a massive cargo hold that can be modified in any way you want. It sounds like Dabar sleeps in the cockpit anyway.
And Grandpa Thrakmiel will fall asleep in the common room.
In the chair. We got to get like a lazy boy for like the common area.
I'm excited to see how you guys want to soup up your ship. But you got the basics. You got 2 guns and some shields.
And it cost us all of our money.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna run that.
Ships ain't cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
kind of
and
dig
that
it.
makes
Like
sense.
like otherwise, what the fuck else would I do with my money?
Yeah,
you
what
know?
else would we do with it?
I mean, weapons, I guess, but I don't know.
Big
I kinda
fucking
dig it.
gun.
Big fucking guns.
I mean, you kind of did buy yourself weapons.
Yeah,
I
fair.
guess.
And I
I
like
guess we're gonna be the one manning them.
and buying things specifically for the ship like gives me like a goal in mind. Like our current goal, fix the ship up a bit. I dig it.
So should we just pool our money together?
That's what I
Or
think.
should
But
we have
keeping it
individually?
all in one place is a bad idea. I currently have 0 credits, so
I have
2,480.
6,657.
I
Right, we
think,
should- we should pay these the docking bay fee here for like 3 days.
I will. Did you already pay for an extra one?
You paid for 1 day.
Okay, I'll pay for 2 more days, 400 credits.
And-
So you go over to one of the Ugnaughts, I assume?
Yep.
You have credit.
Excuse me, what was that?
You have credit.
Yes, we'll be staying here a couple extra days, and I give him the extra credits.
Thank you, credit. I leave. And then he walks off.
I thought he was gonna say, "I leave credit."
And when Crow comes back over, maybe we should. This is just a far off idea. All the money we have at all times share between ourselves, so we each have the same amount of money,
Socialism.
just so it's all split up.
It is my money, but I will help you guys pay for things. How about that?
Well, let's
That
just
works.
say someone. Okay, my problem is I've encountered a few robbers in my time, and what if someone robs you of all your credits when you have the majority of the money out of all of us here?
You mean the money that I earned?
The money you earned, yes.
Crow, I think you're taking it a little personally. Like, it'll be all right. We're not trying to take your credits.
We're not taking your credits. We're just splitting it up so that if one of
This
us
is a
were to get
robbery.
robbed, it wouldn't be.
I don't think that's
It would be all
really
like gone.
super important. At least not
It's-
now.
Yeah, I get the idea, but I personally am fine for with my 0 credits if anybody's willing to pay for me when the time comes.
Yeah, no, we usually we can help you out. But Dabar, I was thinking maybe we could get a head start on mounting stuff by taking off the arms or like pieces that we can afford to take off and then still function when we leave. So we can find somewhere else to modify the ship, because I'm assuming it's going to take longer than parts show up. Now we gotta just modify the ship all at once.
I mean,
I'm assuming it'll take
maybe we
longer.
should- maybe we should just stay when the parts come here in 2-3 days time, and then pay for an extra day or two so we can stay here and work on the ship.
I guess that could work, but then we'd still need to. I'd still want to jumpstart on disassembling the pieces that we are going to replace with pew pew.
Yes, obviously.
If you need
But,
an extra muscle, let me know. I can help out.
Also, oh, my shoulder.
For Acmeal, we could do a training session. I got these neat little books.
Oh,
No?
yes.
No, I'll do it by myself then.
No, I said oh, not no. I said oh. I'm okay with that.
Correct, Mule. This is just curiosity. Do you have a preferred lightsaber combat form?
I've been thinking about that, and I was thinking like Form 6, just to the mashup of them all.
And you have
Okay.
to learn 2 others. Or
No,
do you
that's
already
Form
know
7.
the 2 others?
That's Form
Oh,
7.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
Form
whatever.
7.
Whatever, yeah.
Whatever, it's okay.
Dracul would not be allowed to learn Form 7 formally.
Nope.
I'm sure Mr. Kane would teach you.
Yeah.
Definitely he would, but
All right, everyone. What's our next goal for the time being?
I
What
think
time of day is it?
I don't know.
Crow and I will train for a bit.
It's getting to like early evening, late afternoon. You guys have been out and about doing stuff pretty much all day.
And I think maybe if you guys want to paint and or start disassembling the arms so that they can be replaced with the weapons we just purchased.
Yeah, I can do both of those things while you guys are dueling.
And then once we finish up training, we can come out and.
Want to give
I say,
the figurines to Dabar before we go do the.
thank you. I'll take my. Are they all bobbleheads? Or
Yes.
I'll take my 3 bobbleheads. And are we actually in the ship now, or are we just outside?
I figured you guys were like underneath it, like standing around, talking around the platform, with Larry and Kevin sort of just standing there awkwardly.
All right, let's move on up.
I'm gonna go on the platform.
Well, huddle onto this platform, and with the 2 extra guys, it's a little close for comfort. But somebody hits the button, and you the upper or up into the inner ship.
Oh, I guess I didn't think about this, but with Thrakmule and Kathu in the room on the left and the clones in the room on the right, which room are these 2 going to be staying in?
Them.
I assume you'd be bunking together, so go ahead and try to find your preferred space.
Where are the bunks exactly?
I show them to the bunks.
Oh, cool. And you 2 are in here, and the other 2 are in here.
That's right.
Where does the big gross one sleep?
Up front.
Oh, Dabar, yeah, he sleeps in the cockpit. He's our pilot.
Yeah, he can sleep wherever because he never lays down.
That sounds kind of convenient, actually. I wish I could do that.
Sometimes, only when he's sleeping. Every other time of day, it is inconvenient.
Anyway, we know you 2 and not those 2. So you mind if we bunk with y'all?
That sounds fantastic, Mr. Kevin.
Fine by me. We're brothers as well, actually.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you guys had brothers as clones.
Well, we are. Well, because we're. Never mind. Never mind. Let's yeah, go find your places. I'm gonna be, and I'm gonna lead him in. I'm gonna be painting this little fella. I'm gonna walk over to where I put R2G6. I'm gonna scratch his little dome head.
As they were showing them to their room, I wanted to go up into the cockpit and just place them like on the little control board, and then go back down.
You go to the Palpatine bobblehead, and you.
It feels like home now. You know what I mean?
Does he have a voice line where he says, "I am the Senate"?
No, he does not.
There are little buttons on each one where they have a voice line.
It's treason, then.
Treason, then.
you anytime you bobble his head, he goes.
Just every single time you push the button, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed.
This one says execute order 66, and that does trigger the clones.
Yeah, it's just a random trinket in a random bookstore.
What?
Pauses the Jedi version. Now,
Get down, Kevin.
Kevin and Larry sort of they place their things in their new bunk. You see Larry quickly changes into like a mechanic's jumpsuit, and he seems to be ready to get to work ASAP. Whereas Kevin doesn't really have as much to do when you guys are docked, but Larry's ready to go. And he sort of walks out in his new duds. He's like, so I think I heard you guys talking about making modifications to the ship. If you want an extra set of hands, I could be your guy.
I think we're going to get started on that tomorrow. Since it's getting later today, I think we're just going to relax and paint our new droids.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, this evening you can just get settled in. And
Tom.
No. Tom
Sounds good.
disappeared.
I guess. And he walks back into this room. Around this time, Grant walks out from the cockpit. Ah, yes. Welcome, all of you. I see you brought a new astromech droid. I'm sure you're aware that's not necessary. I have astrogation functions myself.
We know.
Figured you'd want a friend, and also he's less sassy.
What, do you guys not need me?
No. You're gonna stay with us. You're not. Just
You know,
the more the
what-
merrier.
I mean, I don't see the reason for having two.
You can never have too many droids.
Grant, I know your droid brain probably can't handle this, but the more the merrier. It's a
Runs on his
human
heel
emotion.
and walks back into the cockpit.
Oh no, he's gonna be antisocial and angry.
He's gonna kill us all in our sleep.
He appears to have his feelings slightly hurt by the fact that you bought a replacement Astro Droid.
Good.
Not a replacement, just a sidekick.
Garrick, you're muted.
Droids shouldn't have feelings.
Neither should clones.
But
Hurts, doesn't it?
All right then. Where is R2D6? I'd like to see him.
R2G6, you mean?
G6?
like a G6.
Where is he, you say? Why, he's right here. Wait, how does that work? Can I think something and he'll show up, or do I have to say it?
Tunibanga.
Ugh.
I don't speak Hut. Anyone want to enlighten us?
What did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, he just said, hello, I'm here.
In Huddies, I want to say hello.
Tunijana basic. I understand basic.
Oh.
Do we want to keep him speaking Huddies, or would it be better if he spoke binary?
I'm gonna ask him in
Basic.
Huddies if he can speak common.
He responds with, no, I am not programmed to speak basic. Huttese is my primary language, and I'm backed up with binary.
I got this.
Young one, you can zap him at any moment.
I'm afraid I
Would you
can't. I
like-
don't have arms. Also, this restraining bolt, but mostly the lack of arms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we want to check him out to make sure he's functioning?
Not a
saying that
bomb?
you're not
Yes, that thought crossed my mind once or twice.
You guys don't trust Nistidius?
Well, he seemed rather honest, you know?
His name is Insidious. Or Insidious? Insidious?
More like nest. I don't know. Anyways, you're onto something here.
I think it's fine, and I'm gonna start going to work on taking off his restraining bolt.
Uh-oh.
All right, you take out your toolkit, and taking off a restraining bolt is really routine. You don't even really need to make a check. You just and it pops off.
Dabar, what's going on down there?
Oh, I was just going to go take off all the restraining bolts.
Why were you taking off the restraining bolt?
I don't know, to give the droids a little more freedom.
What
Because this one
It
here
is
trying to
kill me
fairly
in my
general
sleep.
knowledge that droids think at a higher level and operate much more efficiently without restraining bolts.
Right, that's cool and all, but also, what if it tries to kill us in our sleep? We haven't even examined it yet. It was from the guy with robot arms and a droid with lungs. Could
It's
you
an
run
astral
diagnostics first before you start giving it free will?
Should we have? I'd
But this
ask
is
Grant to
astral
do
droid.
it.
He sort of G6. He wheels up to the holo table and his scomp like. And he broadcasts his diagnostics onto the holo table.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
I'll look at it.
It's a traditional
Another
R2
database?
droid. There's nothing fishy about this thing.
Then why does
Yeah.
it speak Huddy?
Straight off the line.
The only weird thing is that his vocabularistics have been like played with a bit. It's fairly common, you would know this, that Hutts are very like lazy, and they don't really feel like speaking other languages. So lots of them will have droids reprogrammed to speak Huddies.
The only thing wrong with this droid looks like he was reprogrammed to speak Huddies. Other than that, nothing is wrong with him.
Oh, also he has his memory caches have all been cleared. His memory's been totally wiped. But that's traditional for when you like buy and resell a droid, you wipe his memory first. That's not weird.
Okay.
All
We
right.
should probably introduce ourselves
Memory
to
on this thing.
Hi, R2. You know me. I bought you R2G6. If you have a preferred name, you can tell us that. No, that's what I thought. Sorry, I'm not very accustomed to dealing with droids.
Oh boy.
What was that?
Who are the rest of you?
Oh,
I am Thrackmule.
My name is Cthulhu.
Crow.
And I am Dabar. I'm the pilot of this ship. Captain, if you will.
Cool beans. Can I light something on fire now? And his plasma torch.
Put the bolt back on Put the bolt back on him.
No.
No.
I don't know what.
Dabar, put the bolt back on the droid.
And then Grant's wandering around here somewhere. He's droid that came with the ship. He's very experimental, and I think a little butthurt that we bought you.
If it wouldn't hurt, you should go talk to him in binary if you can. Maybe he understands Huddies.
I'm pretty sure he was built.
Plugs into the thing.
He was built by the Hutts, both of and I would assume he speaks Huddies.
Dabar,
I forgot about that.
Could you please put the bolt back onto R2G6?
Why?
He just
R2
asked to,
says in Huddies, I don't want the bolt. Please don't put the bolt back on me.
He tried to. He just pulled out his torch.
He did ask to start a fire.
He has to start a fire? What? What do you mean, why do I want to put the bolt back on him? You understood what he said.
I'm gonna walk back up and R2. May I ask why?
1 second. I'm talking to Grant.
Oh.
Also, Dabar, I don't really appreciate you kind of took that off without my asking. You just kind of walked on here. You were like, I'm going to do what I want with this droid. I didn't even give you the rundown. I didn't even tell you that Dr. Nestidius has a droidica for you.
What?
Yeah. He's selling a droidica. He said he would sell it to us for 28,000 credits. Not that we have the cash right now. It's just...
Well, I would understand that's a really cheap price for a droidica, right?
Considering it's a war droid, I don't know.
If you want the restraining bolt back on, I mean, sure.
No, please no.
I don't know if we really need the restraining bolt. I mean, he'll do as he's told, I'm sure.
Thrak, he
Yes,
quite literally asked to start a fire.
Yeah, but as long as we tell him no.
Starting a fire on a ship in
we
space?
told him not to. And he
Listen, I won't start any fires. I'll put them out if they happen by somebody else, and I won't start them. I promise. Please don't put the restraining bolt back on.
What is he saying? Why is he freaking out?
He's a good droid. He doesn't need the restraining bolt.
This is why
with that he like wheels up and he starts nuzzling Crow's leg.
Oh, Oh, so he's grown attached to a different clone now. All right. Well, see, this
Does
is
this mean I get to paint him?
no. I don't. This is why I don't do droids. And I'm gonna go back to my cat. I'm going back to my bunk. This is. I don't. This is why I should stay away from droids. I just shouldn't get involved.
Bro, he looks up at you and he says, "Is the other clone mad at me for something?"
Maybe it's hard to tell with them.
I understand this, but
Yeah, you understand.
Rook over there thought that since he bought you, that you two would grow together and have a bond, but he thinks that now you're bonding well here with Crow.
Well, he wants to put a bolt on me. I don't like him.
He just wants what's best for you. He doesn't want you to get hurt.
He's a clone. He's scared of droids.
He wheels away.
What?
Bro, as you're sitting there in your room, you see R2G6 wheel in.
If you try to start me on fire, I'll shoot you. Well, Crow's bunk is up there if you can reach it.
He wheels up to you.
What are you looking at?
Yeah.
I can't speak. Go talk to the ones who can understand you. I don't know what you. I don't do droids.
He wheels out.
You should not get involved with droids every time. Ugh.
When he re-enters, G6. So what did you and Grant talk about? Did you talk to Grant? What's the situation there?
He rambles and huddies a bit.
Do I understand? Or me and Crow?
Yeah. He said he contacted Grant through the main computer thingy, and they basically said, "Hey, this is who I am and what I do, and I'm going to run the ship." And they're like, "All right, cool, that's fine." And Grant was kind of sad.
Oh.
Good.
Oh.
It could be our butler droid. It's okay.
No, we should keep Grant around. I feel bad now.
I didn't say get rid of him. I said keep him as a butler droid.
I'm gonna pick up Rook's red paint. I'm gonna call R2 to follow me. Oh, and my green paint because I still want to throw some on.
All right.
Now I go into the bunk.
I'm gonna grab my purple paint and go into the dock bay where the golf droids are.
I have so many droids.
I'm gonna head up and I'm gonna talk to Grant.
Okay. Crow, we'll go you first.
All right. Rook,
What?
you want to paint him?
No, it's all right. You go ahead.
Oh, shut up. You bought him.
Yeah, but he's not the same as he was.
Not the same.
Droids with personality always freak me out.
There's nothing wrong with this guy.
Besides the fact that he wanted to start a fire.
Who said it was going to be a bad fire? Maybe he was going to make dinner.
He says in huddies, "No, I just like burning stuff."
What was that?
He said yes, he was going to make dinner.
Look, it's fine. We got another droid helping run things. I don't need any personal attachment to it. It's you green. You like that? Whatever.
I'm going to take my my spray paint, and I'm gonna put 2 crosses across his back, just like my right shoulder pauldron, just 2 parallel lines.
All right.
And then R2 bond with him, and I'll leave the red paint and walk out.
I don't want.
Sit there awkwardly for a few moments before R2 turns around and leaves. A few moments later, he comes back, and in his little grabber armor thingy, he's holding a restraining bolt that he picked up from the floor.
What do you? This frightens me because now you. God, I hate droids. I don't understand. Are you vying for your own imprisonment? That makes me trust you even less. God, droids confuse me. I'm gonna take the restraining bolt. Well, this says something about you. And I'm gonna doink 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 him in the head with the, the restraining bolt. I'm gonna go. All right, there was a test that you just passed. Congratulations. I'm gonna shove it under my pillow. I'm gonna paint him.
How are you gonna paint him?
You know the
What's he gonna
little
look
like panel-y things and like the he's gonna be main black, but I want to give him like the accents with the red.
Where R2D2 is white, he'll be black. Where R2D2 is blue, he'll be red.
Yes.
With green stripes on his back.
Yes. Which
All
does
right,
not
sounds
go
good.
together very well, but whatever.
It's just 2 little small ones.
You ruined my droid.
I know.
I'm just joshing you.
Katu. You're with the gonk droids, I believe.
Just want to take the purple spray paint and just do some zigzags on the sides of one of them. And that's all.
All right. Cargo bay smells vaguely of spray paint now. Track mule. You walk into the cockpit, and Grant is in his little alcove on the left back side of the cockpit with the back of his head plugged into his hose stomp link thingy. And his photo receivers they're dark. They're not lit up.
Grant?
Yes?
Oh, I just wanted to check up on you. You didn't seem to take the purchase of G6 very well.
I just don't see why you guys think it's necessary to have another asteroid when a perfectly competent one was literally given to you with the ship, so I probably know it better than any other droid possibly could, but that's fine.
You see, Grant, one, it's... Don't think of it as more of a replacement. Think of it as more of a partner. Next.
Oh, so I wasn't bad enough to throw away. I just wasn't good enough for you.
And you're getting offended, and you shouldn't be. Rook has trust
Why?
issues.
Because I'm a droid? I can't feel things because I'm a droid? Is that what it is?
No, actually, that's not what I'm talking about. Rook has trust issues with droids, and if it's a droid that can't talk back to him, he's a lot more fond of it, and so that's why he bought it.
Of course he likes that droid. Because it, much like most of the beings on the ship, is an inferior model.
See? And then you say shit like that.
I mean, it's true. R2.
I don't know. I think... Yeah, who am I kidding? You'll probably never come to like him, but he's an all right fellow, and we're going to make some modifications to this ship, and we'll need all the help we're going to get. I don't know if you've been given the rundown, but
No, I haven't. I've been, much like with the purchase of this droid, left entirely out of the loop, which I do not appreciate.
well, he knows even less about what's going on. So we're going to add a heavy particle shield. We're gonna.
You'll need ray shielding too. Particle shield's not going to do much against blaster fire.
We only had so many credits, and then we're replacing the claws, turrets.
Rotational gun emplacements. That could be pretty helpful.
And so we're gonna
Whose
need all the
idea
help.
was that? That's pretty clever.
That was Dr. Nasidius's. No, it was ours. I don't. He brought it up. Like, he's the one who said, "Okay, I'll say you this."
Well, Dabar originally promised Rook there'd be guns on the ship, so
I think it was
Before we
Rook's
had a ship.
idea.
Yeah, like we wanted to replace the claws, but the actual what we got was decided upon by Dr.
But
Nasidius.
Rook wanted to put him on the rotational turret, like the LAAT.
Yeah. But like I said, anyway, it was a combination of Rook and Dr. Nasidius's idea.
All right.
Anyway, those parts should be here in like 3 days, and I hope that we can count on you to help.
I suppose if Captain Dabar wishes me to help, I will assist.
And thanks, Rant. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give him a fist bump. Right. I'm gonna roll out, and I'm gonna go meet up with Luke and paint a gonk droid that I'm then going to name Gonky.
wait, shit, did we buy black paint?
Joe?
Damn it! Oh,
After all the work Nathaniel put into role playing that amazing paint salesman,
You know what, Derek? If you're going to be unappreciative.
I was saying Avery's being unappreciative. That's what I was saying.
I'm
I
gonna
want
meet
to
Thrackmeal.
follow.
I'm just gonna meet them all in the cargo bay if that's where they're going, and I'm gonna start reading my first Form 1 book.
I gotta
Hey,
grab all the paint and then go in the
Crow.
back with the droids.
I've been thinking. We got all this empty space in the cargo bay, and I'm assuming at some point we'll probably have to use this cargo bay to transport things for the Republic. But I'm assuming we could also probably modify it so it's more of a training area, and then we could have little bots, and then you could practice blocking blast. We could practice blocking blaster fire from like the little floating.
I would.
Nathaniel's
Getting a
smiling.
regular clone to block blaster fire might prove difficult without the Force.
Yeah, but Thrackmeal could use the practice anyway, so
I like that idea. I'll help.
I think maybe modifying the cargo bay so that it could also double as. I'm gonna use the word dojo, but that's not like the right word. It might be, but like. So that's
I'm
what.
gonna-
Sparring arena.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, Crow. If that's all right with you.
Perfect. And
Uh,
I'm gonna sit down and start reading through the Beginner's Guide to Lightsaber Combat Form 1 book.
I'm going to start reading my book about the Force.
It's pretty basic stuff. The early chapters, the main focus is body target zones. I don't have it memorized, but basically like arms are each one, torso, legs, feet, hands, head, back. It separates it into numbered target zones so that when you're running katas, you can think Zone 1, Zone 7, Zone 6, Zone 2. You can just run through those as you perform maneuvers. It makes it easier to instruct. And that's what the first few bits are about.
Perfect. And then I'll just, whenever they're done, I assume that Thrak will want to spar if there's any time.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint the gonk droids
What color?
again. Gonna go over with some purple, and we're gonna start with Gonky, then we're gonna go to Ginky, and then we're gonna go to Gunky.
I already painted
Alright.
one.
Donkey's already painted.
Horrible names.
Those are great names. What would you have named them?
I
Rook?
was on board for Gonky, but now I'm not going to be able to tell the goddamn difference from them because they all have the same name. The whole point was to separate the individuals.
They're gonk droids. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
Yes, they do.
They really don't.
it really
They're Gonk droids.
it's just for shits and giggles. Yeah, and then just have a little fun with it, and then I'm gonna wait on Crow to spar.
All right, Crow,
Oh, he's
make an
weird.
intelligence check as you read.
Dope. 11 plus 3, 14.
Yeah, you read through it, and it's a novel concept. All of the training you've had with the lightsaber so far has been very rudimentary. It's been very crude. So having actual instructional texts, you think will be very helpful going forward. However, as you're reading, you also realize that these books were written specifically with Jedi wielding the Force in mind. Shicho specifically has a heavy emphasis on letting the Force guide your actions, and that is something as a clone you physically cannot do. So that'll take a bit of getting used to as far as overcoming that barrier.
I'm gonna read my book on the Force.
All right. You read through your studies of the mythical ways of the Force, and it talks about the discovery of the Force and the Jedi on Tython and their initial the studies, and how Tython for millennia served as the sort of basically like Jedi University. It's where lots of people went to learn and study the mythical ways of the Force, because that was the epicenter, and it is a very powerful and sacred place within the Jedi.
Nice.
And then, I guess while they were reading, and Thrakmiel is painting them, I'd like to bend down to the 2 pit droids, and with the blue paint, Thrakmiel, you didn't take that, did you?
No.
Okay. The blue paint on the top of one of the pit droids' heads, I want to paint a little lightning bolt, and then like tap him to wake him up. You'll be referred to as Sparky, so I guess come when you're called. Makes sense? And then give him a little thumbs up. Okay, you can go back to sleep. Pat him on the head. Then I'm gonna lean back over to a little box of spray paint. Do you guys know where the red spray paint went?
Rook has it.
Oh, okay. And I'll go over to Rook's room.
Voila.
Oh, looks pretty good what you've done there.
Thank you. Now, do you want this endless decanter of red spray paint?
Actually, yes, exactly what I came in here for.
Go ahead. I've finished.
Thank you. You're pretty artistically inclined. Crow.
Thank
or
you.
Rook.
It's a very similar concept to when we made our helmet modifications.
Nice. And I'm going to exit and go back to the cargo bay. And on the other one, I'm going to spray paint just a ring around, because I take it it's the ones that have like the little dome head with the one cyclops eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, those pit droids.
I want to spray paint just a nice little thin ring around the entire like base plate, and then around the eye. Pat him on the head to wake him up. Your name will be Bandit. So yeah, come when you're called. Okay, go back to sleep. Did Dracmule actually paint any of the gonk droids?
Yeah, he
Yes.
painted 2 of the 3.
Okay. So there's a purple one, and then what are the other 2 colors?
All
I think they're all purple.
They're all purple, but just
Different
different. Like
designs.
they're different, like patterns and whatnot.
One has zigzags.
Well, there's also a yellow spray paint and orange spray paint that aren't being used.
One has a yellow line from like a mohawk.
So
If you'd like to touch up or do anything, you're more than welcome to, Dabar.
okay, so there's a purple zigzag and a what's the other purple?
There's a stripe, and then the other one is. Oh God.
And the third is zigzags.
No, let's just do an orange swirl on the top of his head.
Sure, let's go with that. Nathaniel's
Just a
like,
big
"Hey, whatever,
spiral
I don't care
swirl.
anymore."
Orange down his head. Okay. At least now you can tell them apart.
Swirl,
And-
hawk, and gonky. There we go.
Sure. And after painting all of them, wake them all up. I take it there's like a button or something on them. They can just like hit to
What are
wake
you
up.
trying to do?
Wake up the
Just to wake
gonk
'em up.
droids.
They don't really wake up. They have controls to walk forward.
I mean, like, can I activate them?
They're
They're all,
like,
what
they
he's
don't,
saying is
they
that
don't,
they're always on. They're just waiting to be
and
controlled.
they don't do stuff.
Like they don't have
I
any like
thought they
intelligence.
just waddled around just aimlessly.
Going
Uh,
gonk.
I mean, they can. These ones don't. These ones are just meant to hold stuff, and they're like, so you can like, specifically fuel. You can keep extra fuel on your ship and like move it from place to place with their little legs.
Gotcha.
This also marks them in case we're in public and somebody tries to steal our gonk droids.
The valuable gonks, yes.
Gonk.
Well, I
Good-
guess all
good
our
gonk.
droids have our symbols on them now. Oh, speaking
Amen.
of, and I want to take the box of all the spray paint, and I want to go up to the cockpit with Grant.
Uh-oh.
Okay. He's
Hey,
currently
Grant.
plugged into the comms link with his photo receivers turned off.
Hello, Grant.
Huh? Oh. Hello, Captain.
We're in the back just painting some of the other droids, like
Yes, I know.
pit droids. Oh, well, okay. I was wondering if you had anything you wanted just in case, because the main reason we painted them was to see if any of them got stolen, we could easily identify them.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. And I'll take the box of paints and put them in the cargo hold, because I don't know where else to put them.
Anybody? Is that it?
Yeah, when Roku or
Yes.
Crow is ready, I'll spar with him.
All right. Crow, are you ready?
I am ready.
So, you guys both ready your sabers. Crow, a little on the reluctant side, thinking about what happened after last time. You both ready yourselves. And Mule, make a charisma check, and Crow, make an intelligence check.
Oh, God damn it. Right, that's a 2.
15.
Okay. As you spar for a bit, Crow, you having read through the book, as you guys fight, you go through some of the katas that you've learned. However, Thrakmule, once you start to recognize these attack patterns, there's no way you couldn't. You drilled them hundreds of thousands of times as a youngling. You see Crow start like advancing on you, and he's falling into these memorable attack patterns, and you instinctively forget that you're teaching. Just your mind switches to sparring, and so you start like intentionally countering the attack vectors, you knowing exactly what they would be, having done these already, again many times. So you score hits on Crow, but you're not really being informative. You're just sort of sparring. And Crow, you do get solid practice with these katas until Thrakmule starts going like it's like when you're playing games with it's like when you're playing tag with your little cousin, or I mean sorry, your older cousin when you're little, but then they start trying and you're like, oh, all right, this isn't fun anymore because I can't win.
That's happened
Now,
exactly with
he will
lightsabers.
try.
You're like,
Um,
you're swinging too hard.
Right.
Ah,
So yeah, that you guys spend a few hours doing that. At some point while you're training, due to the ruckus caused by lightsaber blades, Kevin and Larry both come out and they sit down and watch.
When they come in, I'm gonna stop. So, Kevin, Larry, you ever seen a lightsaber before?
Yeah, we have.
Okay, that wasn't very reassuring. All right, and I'm gonna get back to, after acknowledging their existence, I'm gonna get back to sparring with Crow.
All right.
And
Your saber, due to the synthetic crystal compared to Thrakmule's Ilum crystal, or sorry, his hurricane crystal. I forgot it's purple. Your blade has a deeper thrum to it, and it just feels different.
it's more manly.
I wouldn't say that, but sure. You guys go back to sparring. Larry and Kevin watching.
For some reason, when we were talking about sparring, I was imagining like blue and green lightsabers hitting each other, but I completely forgot it was purple and red.
yeah, it's kick ass. I'm a compliment Crow as we're continuing to go on and be like, good job, nice, blah blah blah.
As he's just completely obliterating me, reading what I'm gonna do before I even fucking do it.
But you're improving, and I think these books are helping. I tell him that, and
So,
say,
with your combat knowledge, you start to notice that he's not actually out fencing you. This just appears to be pattern recognition, and like you can tell that he's just responding to your katas. So eventually, you'll change it up just a little bit, and when you do that, you do manage to score a hit and threaten you like, that's not what he's supposed to do. That's not fair.
He used strategy. That's not fair.
anyway, yeah, I'm excited to modify this ship. It's hopefully it ends up being all right.
Larry speaks up and so when do you think we'll get started on that? Exactly.
Well, I wanted to get started on it tonight. At least some of the disassembling. That way, it'd be quicker and we'd go faster when the parts eventually get here. But for sure, we'll start tomorrow.
Can somebody run down by me again what it is we're doing?
So we're gonna add a heavy particle shield because we have nothing in the way of shields right now, and then, well, a light particle shield, but add a heavy particle shield, and then the claws outside we're gonna replace with turrets.
Oh, and have you worked with hyperdrives before?
If I worked with hyperdrive. Yeah, I have.
Great. Then you can help me upgrade ours. It's currently a class 2, and we have the parts coming in a few days to upgrade it into hopefully a class 1, and hopefully not break it.
No. And strap a class 1 onto this hunk of junk. It looks around at the cargo bay of the ship.
Well, right now it's kind of the only thing we got. Why do you
No, I
not
dig it.
recommend?
I dig it.
Oh, okay. Do you not recommend a class 1 on something like this?
No, I'm just saying that's heavy duty. It's good stuff for a ship like this.
Yeah. We just want the most out of what we got because we got this ship for really cheap.
Well, when you get started, let me know.
Can do.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
You guys keep training?
Yep.
All right. Eventually, more hours pass, and it starts to get kind of late, and you all start getting kind of tired, having been practicing intense saber combat for several hours.
I'm a Crow. You wanna ask Grant if he'll make us something to eat? I know he's feeling bummed that we bought an astromech droid that can do everything he can do, but he can cook and the astromech can't. So prove
Yeah,
his
maybe that'll make the superior droid feel better.
hopefully cheer him up. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you just call him the superior droid?
It was sarcasm, Hut.
Oh, I did pick up on sarcasm well. I knew just that you all hated him, and you saying he was superior, just okay,
Hate's a strong word for some of
being
us.
towards him.
Maybe afraid is a better term in my case, but yeah, no. And I'm sort of like walk with Crow to talk to Grant. And as soon as
Grant, who is once again plugged in up front.
hey Grant,
I suppose you actually need something now.
yeah, actually we were wondering if it'd be okay cook a meal.
Suppose, what can you precious new astromech droid not do it? He grumbles to himself as he walks off.
I don't know. It's a chance for him to prove his superiority. I don't know why he's grumbling. He can cook. The astromech can't.
We should ask the astromech if you can.
Ignorance is bliss. But I'm gonna.
Before he even says anything, I'm gonna rush off to find if the astromech. Cook off.
You go into your bunk where Rook is putting the finishing touches on. Oh no, you're done painting it. I forgot they took the paint from you.
I'm drying it.
You're drying your new droid.
Rook, R2 versus Grant cook-off.
I have no arms. I can't cook.
Yeah,
Right.
right. You wanted to cook earlier. Remember when you started that fire?
Wanted to cook? No, I wanted to burn things.
Crow, what's he saying?
He's saying that he can't cook now.
What? Why not?
He doesn't have arms.
Then why did he? Ah,
Why? Am I allowed to start a fire?
he's ready to cook again. Look.
Could you cook with that?
No, of course not. It's an arc welder.
So?
I mean, I suppose maybe I'm not programmed with culinary knowledge.
You could give it a shot, though, right?
I guess.
Is he all right? Can you do it, Crow?
He said he's going to try.
Okay.
Yeah, I can try. And he turns around to face Rook, but he throws his arc welder at her, and it gets a little too close, and it's like.
All right, go ahead, you little scamp. Go get some good cooking.
Scamp? Who's this bastard calling a scamp? I am R2G6. And then he wheels off.
Well, what did he say?
He said he just loves you so much.
That's all right. Well, maybe you could give me some Huttese lessons.
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, good point. I'm not one for learning.
I don't learn.
I'm going to go supervise this cook-off, not like in the room, but just so if anything does get lit on fire, I'm there.
It's literally just across the hall. If you recall, the cooking
That's
the
right.
cooking thing pulled out of the wall in the opposite dorm room thingy.
In the fourth room.
And Grant is already in there. He's getting some meats. He's putting them on a little stove thingy. And R2 runs in and he rams into Grant's leg, and Grant looks down at him and he says something in binary, and R2 says something in binary back, and then Grant's like, he's got like a fine look about him as he responds in binary. He grabs some food and just puts it down on the floor in front of G6 and continues cooking. And G6 having no idea what he's doing. His arc welder torch deploys, and he just blows fire onto the it's a pile of bread. He's got bread, and he just
He's making toast. It's working.
And then as he's doing this, his head turns 180 degrees to look at you, Crow. He says in Huttese, "Look, I'm cooking."
Does it look like it's about to start a fire?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, not quite. Put it out.
And then fire extinguisher deploys and covers the now charred hunk of what was maybe toast for 5 seconds in fire extinguisher chemicals.
Oh,
and
unfortunate.
like everything else in this room and on the floor is now covered in a fine white powder.
Oh, oops.
Oh God, Grant's gonna be so upset.
Oh, Grant is not paying this any mind as he's cooking.
He's got extinguisher powder all over his food that he's cooking, and he doesn't even mind.
I'm gonna give R2 the thumbs up for trying.
Arc welder out.
So, should I keep cooking?
No, that's enough for today.
Turns around and goes back into your guys' dorm.
I have a question.
As you guys leave, you hear Grant grumble to himself, "I'm going to have to clean this mess up, aren't I?" Yeah, what's up, Dabar?
Do we only have... Okay, so droids, when they need charge, obviously. And I think we only have Grant's charging station. So how do these other droids charge?
They have really more common droids have really long lasting power cells, and also R2 droids charge with solar panels that are built into them.
Okay. I was just wondering
the green.
power and stuff like that.
Eventually, Grant finishes the food, which he has cleaned the chemical powders off of, and he brings it into the common area, and he just puts it on the hollow table, and he says, "Food's ready. Welcome.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Grant.
I have a mess that somebody made that I can clean up.
Do you want some help with that, Grant?
No, I'm okay, thank you."
Well, I eat the food.
Yeah, I eat it, having no reason not to.
As do
Trust
I.
it.
I'm starving.
It tastes all right. It makes your mouth tingle a little bit. It might be chemical residue or something. You're not sure.
I want to go into either the cargo bay or Rook's room. I don't know. And when I open the door, hey, Kevin, and your brother's name, I forgot.
My
we
name
have
is
food.
Larry.
Oh, Larry, I'm sorry.
You got food? And they both get up frantically.
Yeah, there's a plate out there for each of you.
Oh,
I hope.
does Grant
There-
know
there was
about
a plate
them?
out there for you, right?
Yes, Grant knows about them, and he made enough food for them.
Okay.
He still has a security system chip. He still watches and listens to everything we say.
And then they go out and they eat. And at some point while they're eating, Larry says, "It tastes like fire extinguisher." GG.
I eat the chemically food, and then I retire for the night.
Okay.
I just
As
wish
do-
those parts would show up as soon as possible.
Kevin and Larry.
Crow, assuming that he's still at the table. Obviously we don't have to have this conversation now if you don't want to or it makes you uncomfortable, but earlier today at the temple you said all Jedi are pretentious. Do you think I'm pretentious?
I'm unsure about you, and I'm gonna get up and go to my room.
Okay, maybe made him a little uncomfortable. Got it. We'll have that talk some other time, maybe. Pretentious.
Jaguar?
I want to go up to the cockpit, and when I do go up to the cockpit, I would like to inspect my chair, or the main pilot chair. I take it that's the one on the left. Does it have any systems connected to the chair, or does it just
Nope.
chair?
It's just a
So
chair.
I could. Okay. So tomorrow when we're doing stuff, I could literally just unbolt it from
It's
the
just
floor.
bolted to the floor, and yeah, you could just get it out.
Okay. Looks like a job for tomorrow. So I'll go to sleep while staring at my 3 little bobbleheads. I'll bobble them all and then sit there and watch them as I go to sleep.
Does everybody retire then?
I'm gonna find Grant and ask him if he thinks I'm pretentious.
Grant is he's in the cargo bay cleaning things up. He's sweeping with a broom that he has. You've seen before in the past. Earlier before in the past don't mean the same thing, but I said them all anyway. Yeah, he's just in the cargo bay sweeping. Hello, track mule.
Hey, Grant, I just had a question or maybe two that I wanted to ask you.
Yes, what is?
And of course, you don't have to answer if it makes you uncomfortable. If you can get uncomfortable, I don't know.
It's
do
about
you
that
think-
other droid. No, I don't like it.
No,
You
that's
tried to set your room on fire. You know that?
when.
When I was making food.
Oh, the cook-off. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Is that what
Uh,
that was? He just came in and started rambling about wanting to prove himself and make food. So I gave him a piece of bread and he lit it on fire.
yeah. He wants to be liked.
He's not doing a very good job now, is he?
All right, that's not what came in here to talk about, but we can talk about that later too. Do you think I'm pretentious?
No, I don't think you're pretentious.
Okay, cool. Next, do you dislike G6 because we bought him and you feel like we're trying to replace you? Or is it okay? I didn't know if it was has he said anything mean to you? I don't know if that's the right
No,
word.
he's been very cordial, which just makes it all worse.
And again, anything I can help you with, Grant?
Would you allow me to smash G6 into little tiny bits?
Nope.
No, thanks, I'm good.
All right. We'll want you at full power. We're gonna start with modifications on the ship tomorrow. Right.
Sounds good.
Good night, Grant. Go to my bunk.
Okay.
Big old elephant.
You go
man
into your
snore.
room and you give off a big old elephant man snore, and as everybody retires for the night, awaiting the modifications to be made tomorrow, that's where we will end.
I have got a good gem.